Men sen var det ju bästa 5. Det liksom står ju skrivet på sidan. Nu har de ändrat till bästa 3. How is that working?
Just in case there's
Third important information for second chance players who were in wave 1. If you haven't played your game already, now go to the machine and wait for there. If your opponent is not over there, you will win the game. But wait there until the Mats Christensen will see you. Then we are ready to start wave 2 in a couple of minutes.
Yes, we get this.
Du ska stå och vänta vid spelet, spelar ingen roll.
Ja, jag väntar där då ändå även. Ja.
Grattis till första vinsten.
Vi har 2 maskiner igång nu. Det finns 2 maskiner som är igång. Man skulle kunna visa 2 matcher samtidigt. Nej,
ska jag visa displayen. Jag ska försöka. Är det cola?
Ja, fast det. Bilnyckel på golv.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
You are streaming too?
Yeah.
I have a question. Yesterday, for the EPC qualification, I made a game on the ACDC. It seems to you that it's possible to
Yeah.
everything is recorded?
Yeah, but it depends if you played on the machine that was live at the moment. I really don't recall anything.
Nothing is recorded, just live and nothing.
No, it's recorded, but we have 4 rigs and only one is live, and the one that's live, that's
okay.
the one that's recorded. So I don't know if the machine you played on was live.
Oh, okay.
But if it was
I have the hour, I have the time because I made a...
I don't know the time.
don't know the time.
We had an 18-hour long stream yesterday.
And you
But it's saved for 2 weeks on Twitch on our channel.
Okay.
So if you go check there, you could do like fast forward or
It's
something.
recorded at the moment that I played.
Yeah, so it's that address.
Oh, wait a minute, I mean...
Okej, thank you.
Yeah. Jag vill ha något. Vad skulle jag ha?
Ja, inte Saki av någon som går ner från 300 danskar.
Ja, det var fan nere på det. Nej, alltså det här var det idag. Nej, det var ju igår också. 3 gånger.
EPC finalists. Does everybody from team or her partner? Is there anyone without opponent in EPC?
Cash, har du cash?
If you are without an opponent on EPC
On the
finals,
when I
show up
was
at the net.
searching for the moment,
Yeah.
there is a time lapse. There is the
No, it's like a YouTube video. So you don't, there are
YouTube, there is no
timestamps.
no
No.
time Saturday.
No.
and 6.
So
Yeah,
on the table,
it's just. We have that one, and that one is 17 hours and 56 minutes long.
Okay, and there is no time on it.
No time on it.
Okay, no.
So you have to search manually.
Okay, thank you. And you can say me which hour it start or not? Recording?
The recording started at around 9 in the morning yesterday.
9 in the morning. This one.
No,
18
yesterday.
hour yesterday
Yeah.
morning on 9.
Yeah, so we were streaming for almost a
Thank you.
full day.
EPC finalists, if you haven't found your opponent, get your ass over here and tell me. And also for a second chance tournament players in wave 1. In wave 1, if you haven't found your opponent and haven't seen much business said about it, come to the EPC desk immediately.
Go Jeppson, go Jeppson. Thank you for the follow.
All right. Okay, King Green, you have 60 seconds to show up in EPC table. If you are not here in 60 seconds, you will be disqualified from EPC finals. King Green, 52 seconds left. So, Team 3, you are disqualified for EPC finals. Just for your information, 2 players.
Second class tournament, wave 2 is ready to start. Wave 2 is ready to start. If you know that you are in wave 2, now is uprise. Nico Martinen, Roger Carlson, machine number 1. Jussi Kalva. Andreas Egelund, Gianpiero Pincelli, machine number 2. 223. Andreas Mirven, Richard Robert Jackson, Simon Gustafsson, machine number 3. 24. Marco Colombo, Fredrik Öhl, Petronella Möllerström, machine number 4. Erno Vadenperä, Hantu Bolso, Mikael Kultmase, machine number 5. Ari Solijärvi, Jytte Pietainen, Andreas Kalman, machine number 6. Stefan Hensch, Hantu Huonamäki, Karsten Mandal, machine number 7. Walter Solskjaer, Antonella Janota, Björn Yttenen, machine number 8. Wolfgang Hai, Matti Kinnunen, Matti Mortensen, machine number 9. Mikko Blumanen, Daniel Thomas, Reidar Petersen, machine number 10. Timo Vavakonen, Lucas Martinen, Fredrik Larsen, machine number 11. Henrik Kalmansson, Emma Öos, Sean Duffy, machine number 16. Logan Thomas, Henrik Gudmundsson, Andreas Stuhl, machine number 14. Helen Devahan Melbeck, Tomiam Björnen, Sigurd Husson, machine number 15. Mattias Borgström, Jonas Koski, Fredrik Guillermo, machine number 17. Joakim Renius, Oliver Vittal, Torbjörn Eduard, machine number 19. Mattias Luke, Delangelo Villa, Adrian Kusinel, machine number 12. That's wave number 2. Number 26. David! Information for second chance tournament players. If one or more opponents won't show up in 2 minutes in your machine, you may start your game, or you win the game if there is already one opponent left. Antti Humalamäki, Dansten Mandal, Morten Söderskogen, Antonella Januta and Jörg Bielefeld. You have 60 seconds to beat on the second chance tournament test. And inform yourself to Max Christensen. 60 seconds left for those 8 players. Machine number 10, Mark Watkins, Nicholas Jansson, Mark Tiranta, machine number 9. Oscar Revere, Kate Rottner Jackson, Samuel Rosler, machine number 8. Ola Hjälpsson, Marcus Jogunen, Christian Gustafsson, machine number 7. Javier Nunes Perez, Soren Leigh Olsen, Warren Ecoy, machine number 6. Lars Wigner, Robin Kuhlberg, Tobias Kuhlman, machine number 5. Victor Håkansson, Kasper Landberg, Lee Hensch, machine number 4. Victor Francois Maha, Joel Karlsson, Jerker Ottosson, machine number 3. Axel Ludvigsson, Andreas Kuhlvold, Vidar Hove, machine number 2. Patrick Hellman, Katalin, Adrian Artemite, machine number 1. That's wave 3. You can start whenever your machine is available. Tony Björkman and Christopher Flatter. And Jan will take over.
Yeah, the brain has something else to do. There is plenty of brain things, and it's not good for me. Alright, Andreas Stenberg, Sampo Simonen, Maria Westerdahl, Hasut, machine number 2. Frank Nielsen, Kevin Sultana, Jouni Lehti, machine number 3. Andreas Frank Meyer, Mika Mäkelä, Daniel Jägerskog, machine number 4. Neva Gray, Andreas Hellström, Antti Kiiskinen, machine number 5. Chelsea Bauer Seberg, Olesland, Christoph Schuki, machine number 6. Andreas Loven, Emil Hassin, Jonas Glass, machine number 7. Urban Berg, Thomas Mariai, Thomas Booster, machine number 8. Joel Bosniak, Petjo Theodorescu, Brian Olsen, machine number 9. Marko Nyby, Joakim Sjöblom, Nina Westman Christiansen, machine number 10. Jean Mortendal, Antti Rosengren, Antti Mattila, machine number 11. Gustav Hoff, Eero Puustinen, Axel Hydén, machine number 12. Anders Andrén, Johan Bygare, Ruben Raschholt, machine number 13. Janus Valhoff, Laurent Monnier, Turkel Husson, machine number 14. Francesco Sacco, Carsten Brunberg, Thomas Schürling, machine number 15. Oskar Korejewski, Harald Jensson, Panu Hoksala, machine number 16. Ralf Lören, Jürgen Zwilling, Rasmus Hansen, machine number 17. Thomas Jakobsen, Jörn Hellen, Lars Hautli, machine number 18. Atte Holden, Sören Borre, Thomas Hedberg, machine number 19. David Peller, Ed Rojas, Thomas Niklaus, machine number 20. Anders Love, Jonas Graaf. Your chicken is still here.
Mike. All right, guys. So, yeah, let me do some testing here. 1, 2, 3, testing. We're watching Patrick play AC/DC right now on the last day of the EPC 2019 tournament. How's the levels? Mos, is it good? Or do you need it louder? He doesn't seem to complain.
Try now, I had an echo.
Oh, okay, he's not listening. He's not paying attention, that's great. So let's have a look here. Patrick is on what ball? I think it was ball 3.
Yeah.
What seems to be a pretty stable game, but he's not got a lot of stuff going here. He has double playfield. Oh, and a lot of brick shots here. So yeah, for the rest of the day for this commentary, we're basically going to bring in people, and I'm going to be the stationary guy falling asleep. And I'm being joined by
Hello.
who? Hi.
Hi, I'm Kate Rothwell Jackson.
What was your first name again?
Kate.
Hi Kate, my name's Mick.
Nice to meet
Are
you.
you the infamous Game of Thrones voiceover girl?
That's right, yeah. Female voice on
Nice.
Game of Thrones.
Welcome. So,
Thank you.
have you been playing?
Yeah, I haven't played very well this weekend.
Oh, me
unfortunately,
neither. That's
but,
why I'm sitting here.
It's been great. I've had a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've finished I think about 100th in the DPO and worse than that in the EPC. So, and I went out first round in the second chance tournament.
Let me
so-
just check with Mos if the mic is picking up. Should we
Yeah,
place the
it
mic
is
in the middle?
No, it's picking up.
It's good.
Very good. Okay.
Perfect. It seems far away, right?
Yeah.
All right, perfect.
And how about you? How did you do?
No, I have been out of pinball for 2.5 years, had a long break, came back only to get my dreams and hopes crushed.
Yeah.
But it also sparked the interest. I'm gonna start playing again. I miss it too much.
Yeah.
And then I wanted to help the guys at PinLab, who I am kind of associated with. That's where I play.
Yeah.
By doing some commentary and just doing some helping work, you know?
Excellent.
Because a lot of people are playing and a lot of people are tired. They need somebody here.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
that's
right now,
good.
we're watching. I actually don't know who this guy is.
No, I'm pretty terrible with knowing who people are, unfortunately.
There's a lot of
but,
people here. 400 people, right?
Yeah.
But at least it looks like his third ball is not very good because he has nothing. He has 14 million.
Do we know who he's playing against?
He's playing against Patrick, the guy with the
Oh, yeah,
headphones in the
yeah,
back, yeah.
okay.
And I mean, he has 30 millions. Oh, that's
yeah.
he's done. Not a really good score for either of them. And I don't know actually how deep we're into the playoffs here, but it must be a few hours. It started at 9 o'clock, right? I think.
I think I think the first round was
Yeah.
Papers, by the way.
the top, was it top 64, 32 got a bye?
Is it top
And then-
64 right now or 32
Yeah,
got
I
a bye?
think, I think so.
And what were you asking me, sorry?
Yeah, do you want a paper or something to
A
look?
paper, yeah, let's get a paper.
Yeah.
Just, if nothing else, to look professional, right?
Or on the middle.
Oh, this machine, the monster. What do you think of this machine?
So I've only played it on site, which was in Sweden actually.
Yeah.
Sometimes I go away with work and I played it, and I don't know anything about the theme.
No, me neither. I mean, kind of bits here and there, but nothing solid, yeah?
Yeah, and I think it's it's had a bit of criticism. I enjoyed playing it.
I love the look of it.
Yeah,
It's
and I
fantastic.
quite like the shots and things.
Yeah.
I
It
didn't,
seems
because it was
frantic.
on site, I didn't have anyone there telling me what I needed to do. So it's just hitting
It's been the same thing for me. When I dropped out of pinball like these 2.5, 3 years ago, I knew all I could know about the machines there. But since then, oh my God, so many machines have
Yeah,
surfaced.
exactly. Yeah, Stern bring out like,
Yeah.
what, 4 years. Is it?
Yeah, and the bad thing is that once you learn the rule set of Stern, there's an update, and then you know nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, it really is amazing. But I do remember playing this machine, and it plays really friendly. It's one of those machines where you actually feel like you can make a shot without knowing what you're doing, and you will get something for it.
Yeah, yeah.
So here we
it
can
did
see-
seem easy to get the multiple.
Yeah, exactly, just like he did here.
Yeah.
Got a Raven multi-ball, which I actually don't know, but I'm guessing flashing shots. Looks like it.
Is this Herman, right? Is this Herman?
I think-
Did he get it from?
No, it said Raven, so I don't know if that's for him. And it might be maybe some of our viewers actually know how to get this. But that's also the challenge. You cannot know all machines right here. I mean, there are viewers that probably know it all, but they should be here then.
Yeah.
We could use them. So it seems like he's still in. Well, he's not in multi-ball, but he still has the flashing shots. He is actually.
It must have been Raven.
Yeah. Thank you. I don't even know what Ink said right there, but I'm sure it was good.
I have some hearing difficulties. I wear hearing aids as well.
Okay,
so
okay.
I do a lot of smiling and nodding.
Let me know if you can hear me. Just punch
no,
me.
you're good. You're
Okay,
good.
that's fine. So let's see if he's. He looks like a control player at least, cradling up on both flippers. And I'm guessing he's trying to make the blinking shots in order to complete a sequence, so he can probably advance to a. Oh wait, it seems like he's hitting the multiplier target to the left, right? Or is trying to start a mode or something?
Anybody know?
Anybody knows what he's doing?
Knows?
Apart from actually playing? Oh, I think that's what he was going for.
Yeah.
So that's a super jackpot.
Jackpot, right? Okay.
And it seems to be hiding in the same lane as a fuel target, the fuel lane on Metallica.
It looks like he's got a few things going at the same time. So Raven and Herman and I think something else.
Yeah, so he's bringing a lot of stuff in.
Yeah.
It seems to be, from what I remember, 25 million is not, it's not a big score, but it's definitely solid right now for his set. Oh, that's just bad. So what kind of machines do you like to play?
A bit of a mix actually. My favourite machine is Tron.
Tron,
Yeah.
fantastic.
I've got a Tron Elliot.
Oh, you tried, yeah.
Inevitable. Yeah. It was worth a try.
Did you ever try the custom ROM for Tron with the movie music on it?
No. But now you've told me about this. So
You have to
I'll
do
go
that.
look into it,
I did that and I installed an extra big speaker and
Okay,
a lot of
I mean,
lights and stuff. It's like
the
being
sounds
Tron.
on Tron, if you like the movie, which
Yes,
I really do,
fantastic.
then it's really good. And Daft Punk music.
And it's actually funny because a game like Tron is weird in the sense that the first time you try it ever, you feel it's cramped, you feel there's nothing to do, and you feel it's punishing. But it's one of those games that the more you understand it, the wider the playfield becomes. You do a lot of stuff on it.
Absolutely, yeah.
And it has great flow, once you get going.
I mean, I've had that machine now for about 2.5 years.
Yeah.
And about a month ago, I learned something new. I was reading up on a forum somewhere, and then learned something new on it. And it's like, even after 2.5 years.
Yeah, exactly. It is definitely a fantastic machine. So he's gotten to the lower playfield here. Normally, I feel that lower and upper playfield is not worth it.
Okay.
But it seems, they often don't seem worth it in context of time taken to do so. But they are safe.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't drain your ball.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing about AC/DC as well, isn't
Yes.
it? If
Same thing.
if I'm not feeling very confident and you start the song which puts you on the lower playfield straight away, you can at least build up some bonus on the
Exactly.
some bonus
You build
and
up something, yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, so he's actually doing jackpots here in the lower playfield. That looks interesting. So he's trying to hit the marked shots, of course, and then the lightning in the middle, I think, for collecting the jackpot. Yes, here we go. Not very big jackpots, but just a lot of small ones might be good as well.
Like you say, it's all safe down there, so.
Yeah. And here we go, drains. So 3 million for basically just flipping without danger. That's nice.
What's a good score on this? Do you know?
I seem to remember that it's in the hundreds, like 110, 120 score could be a game winner, even against a skilled player. But I've also seen people put up way more. But it's kind of like the AC/DC thing. Either you make past like 25, and then you really go past, or you don't.
Yeah.
But it seems to follow that principle. Oh wait, so hit the ball. Where is that ball located? Oh, it must be. It captures the ball, and now he has to hit it.
Okay, yeah.
I love the whole black and white theme and the strong lights. It looks amazing.
I'm just going to look at the.
The brackets. Yeah.
Yeah, the brackets.
Yes, of course.
Yeah. Although it's everyone's tag, so I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I know some of them, but 400 players, there's a lot of people I don't know. So he goes into another multi-ball here. Let's see. He was going for add a ball in that Dracula shot, but also Super Jackpot. Thank you, Oregon Ninja. That's excellent. Because there's going to be a lot of games here that I just don't know the rule set on. So we're going to have to improvise and wing it. All right, so let's see here. He is. This guy seems like also a control player, but he does do a lot of on-the-fly shots.
Yeah.
So what are you? Are you more of a control player or a flow player? Would you say?
I try and be a control player. I do trap the ball. I do a lot of dead passes over. But in reality, like I was playing Medieval Madness on Friday in qualifying.
Yeah.
And it was on the stream, so I watched it back, and I was like, I do tend to do a lot on the fly. So now I've actually watched myself play. I know I need to.
But again, it's funny, right? Because we watched a game yesterday where Mats Brunstein and Frank Bona was playing Taxi.
Yeah.
And they're as opposite players as you can imagine, because Frank is very much on fly flow and Mats is very controlled. And they got kind of like the same scores. You know, they achieved the same goal by playing differently. But none of them could have played like the other one does. So it's all about finding your rhythm and style. There's nothing wrong. Nice. Yeah. See, that's one of the things that I can feel by being out of pinball. There are two things that I need to relearn. One is machine knowledge, because that's just essential. You have to walk up to a machine and feel comfortable with the moves. The second one is the nudging, because even though I know all the right moves, I execute them wrongly, because it's just not second nature anymore. But it's a fast skill to learn back, I feel. All right, so what did he end up on here? Yeah, the bonus doesn't seem actually doesn't have a bad bonus. So let's see here. We have 22 and 27. Oh, we're changing games. I just thought that they turned on the lights on the game.
I like ACDC.
ACDC is fantastic. ACDC has this unique thing. Most people watching probably know this, but it does have this thing where it keeps on adding value. Let's wait till he talks.
What song did he choose? Is that Rock and Roll Train?
Then you find the group whereby the randomize your machine and get into the machine.
No, what I was saying is that ACDC has this thing, as you know, where it keeps adding value to a jackpot shot. And if you don't take the shot, it keeps on adding. And it's such a fantastic risk and reward.
Risk and reward, yeah.
I mean, I missed a shot of, I think it was 300 million in the tournament setting once because I was just in the moment, I was just going for it. It was so good, I never got it. And that's such a bad feel. I feel like I owe somebody 300 million now, you know?
Yeah, I did it on jackpot in a tournament, and I just kept
and it stays in your brain the rest of the
risking
time.
continue. I should have taken it.
I had a bad experience on this particular machine during my qualifying. I had, two balls that were not really good, but I did unlock the album and the tour multi-ball. So for my third ball, I was plunging and I wanted to short plunge because I want to make sure that I get it, right?
Yep.
And the second before I plunge, I see that the song is lit, and I get greedy. Oh man! And I get greedy and I think I need to bring in the song. So I plunge to the song, and what happens? It stays up in the bumpers so long that the ball save ends and goes straight down the middle. That's just. So he's opened up jam multi-ball, and he really has no progress towards his multiplier.
Oh, that's it.
And that's ball 3. He has no K score, but he didn't want to leave that.
Yeah, but you know he's chasing.
But on this machine, you can easily backhand both ramps. So you can go jam multi-ball by just looping the left flipper over and over, and it's fairly safe to do so actually. But they might not know that, because that's not normal.
Is it not normal? You could usually backhand.
Well, it's 50-50, it's either or, but if they haven't tried and they're used to a machine where you cannot do that, they might not even think that way.
Do you tend to go for the super skill shot, or do you go just for the...
I always go for the super skill shot because, and I actually don't remember why now, but I had it explained to me once that even if you miss, it's, what was it? If you miss, you still have a very good chance of getting your ball back, because where you tend to shoot, it's going to go straight down the middle, so it's a second chance. But you do get a full VIP pass, which is actually hard to get, and you need those. So in that sense, it makes no sense. But it does require you to be comfortable with the machine, because it's dangerous just firing blindly.
I kind of the other way around in that
oh, there you're fixing. Oh, we lost the feed right now on the machine. It's back. Sorry, what were you saying?
I tend to go for the super skill shot on the first ball.
Good time.
Because if I manage to get that 2 VIP passes, it gives me a bit of a safety net.
Yes,
Like, then I
sure.
just go for the normal skill shot for the rest of the time.
Yeah, because the thing about this machine is that once you get into multi-ball, you have to shoot some of the flashing shots in order to be able to press the button on the lockdown bar to reactivate a ball save that will bring all your balls back.
Exactly.
But if you don't have the VIP pass, that's a long way ahead. I mean, you don't. But if you do have it, it feels like you're playing a double multi-ball.
Yeah.
So now they're stealing the machine. That's the problem with Copenhagen. I mean, if you don't lock shit down, it's gone. Oh, here we go. Back to monsters. So I can see this is. Let's see. These are 2 Danish guys playing. Kubanskios. Thank you for following. So the guy stepping up right now is one of the local pinball players at PinLab,
Okay.
and he's a very, very good player actually. Let's see here what he's going to do. He's going to skill shot. Oh, there's a super skill shot. How good is that super skill shot on Jurassic Park? That where you can extend it.
I've only played it once.
I was told about it yesterday. I haven't played it yet, but a fantastic idea. You can take a skill shot, and if you make that one, you can take a second one, and if you make that one, you can make the third one.
Okay.
So you can kind of do a sequence skill shot. That's a fantastic idea.
All the feedback has been really positive about Jurassic Park.
It's Jurassic Park. It has dinosaurs. But
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Right, so
I
let's
tell you what, I did like I've only played it once on Jurassic Park. The animation of the ball save
yes.
with the, is it an Ankylosaurus or just like...
I think had a lot of fun with it. That shows. I mean, it also, to me, Jurassic Park looks like one of those newer machines where they actually cared about it. There's a lot of unnecessary design details on it, which makes it fun to look at.
Yeah.
Whereas some of the earlier Stern machines, or the recent Stern machines even, have been very sparse. They've been very bare bones, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
Not a very good first ball. This is Bobby. Bobby is a very unique cat, and he's also a PinLab player. Bobby runs a hairdressing salon where he cuts people's hairs. And the whole salon is also a toy store with used toys, and you can actually get a haircut by trading used toys, and you can play arcade machines at the same time. You can even play an arcade machine while you're getting your haircut, and if you beat the high score, it's free. Very unusual cat, but a lovely man. And a very good pinball player.
It sounds like it would be a popular place.
It is a very popular place.
Is that
It's it's in the area of Copenhagen. Yeah.
Okay, so he's on the lower playfield
He's
here.
going low playfield again. I knowing Bobby, he hasn't played this machine a ton, so he's been watching other people, I think.
Right. Yeah.
But he's a very, he has a very unique mix of being able to both be a floor player and a control player. He's very good at actually classic machines and newer Stern machines, and he just has a very good perception of where the balls are.
I think with the lower playfield, all the lower playfields I've been on, to be honest, it's usually fairly obvious what you need to hit. So, I mean, there's one shot lit there, and then I think the center shot.
That's the golden rule of pinball, right? Hit the flashing shot. Although in some cases you do it, and somebody says, why didn't you hit the non-flashing? That would have doubled. You're like, oh my god. You know?
There we go, we got that.
Nice. Only hit the light. Oh, he didn't make that. But 3 million, as good as the guy before they actually hit it. So, worth his while. And this machine has no ball save, I remember. This machine actually has no ball save for the any of the balls. It's very unique that way.
So
I'm guessing he's going for the... I don't know what that's saying.
Oh, oh my god. That's a Stern danger. It's safe. It's safe. But he has to be careful now.
Yeah.
So let's see here. He's probably going for the multi-ball up there. Oh, he fishes it out of the gutter. It's a nice move. Oh, turn game room audio. Game audio,
that's
no.
True. Yeah.
So let's see here.
It's really hard for us as well when the people are talking on the mic. It's really hard for us.
Yeah, sorry guys, and by all means keep the chat alive and tell us what we're doing wrong, because we're trying our best, but we can't hear it. So they're trying to fix it now. Let us know if this has actually been fixed. I actually think we should try and move this here. So should we try?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna try and move you guys, so sit still. Alright. I feel that we can see everything still.
Yep.
Let's see if How's this, guys? Is this
Is
too
it okay?
loud or
Testing,
is it? Yeah,
testing.
testing.
1,
1, 2, 3, 4. So let's see, Bobby. He actually he's still fighting here. I didn't see because of the chat. Did he get a multi-ball going?
Oh, I missed it. Sorry.
Yeah, but I don't think it was long if it was there. That's for sure. He can't be too happy about that because he started a lot of things, but he didn't really cash in on it. Let's see. So Bobby's up to 8.7.
If your machine which you got from the randomizer is
Much
not
better.
available, take
Perfect,
the
guys.
next
Thank you.
one. If you have, for example, if you have number 5,
Oh,
and
yeah, I
it's not
forgot that
available,
scoop up
you
there.
take number 6.
Is it on the low
6
play
is not
field?
available,
Yeah.
take 7. And so on and so on, until you're number 20.
Maybe we could just tell the announcers to stop announcing. You know, they don't need to know. It's
We could just
fine. They'll
unplug that
figure
one,
it out.
actually.
Yeah, that would be good.
That would actually be good. They might not like that. They may not like that, no. So, a lot of lower playfield action here. So, guys in the chat, I'm just curious here, because how many people do we have on right now? 99 viewers. So, guys, for me that just woke up, I'm just curious, where are you guys from? Can you write the initials of your country in the chat if you're listening? That would be kind of fun to see who's actually watching from where.
Oh, is it straight down the middle?
Yeah. His tag is light, so the other guy, Lars. And Bobby's back now. Bobby feels pretty safe here, but I'm not even sure about the format here. This is a 2-player match, so is it winner moves on, or what do we actually have here?
See, so
Oh, he doesn't get that back.
Oh no!
Yeah, that's what I said. No ball save. That was brutal right there.
Oh dear, is that ball
Sweden and US, nice. That's as far away from each other as you can almost get. That's pretty cool. So yeah,
So yeah, two players. I think we're in this one now. So,
Yeah, we might be.
Best of 3 games.
okay. So these 2 players are all playing best of 3 games. Winner moves on. Loser has to stay and help clean up, I guess.
Yep.
Oh wow! Did you see that? The ball
missed
jumped
that.
out over the playfield into the gutter, hit the best save piece here, and jumped back into the game. That was
Sometimes
brilliant.
The gods are on his side.
Yeah, I had that on Tron yesterday. I
Did
shot
you?
the disc,
Yep.
but it landed on top, and then it went straight down the middle.
Okay.
It was just one of those tournaments. All right, let's see here. He's really fighting. He needs to get back in this game. Do we know what game this is for them? Probably not, no?
I could probably find out.
Oh, danger here.
What did you say his tag was?
LAH.
LAH.
Yeah, and the other one is Bobby is... I think Bobby is just Bob. Might be, actually. All right, lower playfield action. Oh, wait, no, that's my bad. Let's see here. Might be wrong. It's not loud, it's not PA, it's not... Yeah, here, light. Well,
Okay,
yeah.
yep.
Oh, so it's the first, I guess, unless they didn't write in the scores.
Well, the first ones were the players who were... I don't know how many people got by.
No,
So, like,
32,
don't know,
I think.
32, so 33 to 96 played the first round.
Oh, yeah,
and
so...
then the people, and then they joined in. So
Alright,
round
let's-
2, but round 1 for the people who got the badge.
Yeah. So this is their first game? It can't be.
If-
It must be their... it can't be their first game, yeah. It could be their first game,
It
right?
could be.
Yeah, it
We
could be
don't
their
know.
fifth.
Yeah.
Well,
it
out
could
of
be
4.
their first, second, or third.
Alright, let's see here. He's trying to make something happen. That's a long way. I mean, if he has to catch Bobby, he needs to play a lot more lower playfield. But again,
Yeah.
taking all the points you can. Yeah, and his time is up.
Okay.
Now he has to hope for a nice feed because there's still no ball save. Ooh, that's good. Whoa, that was
Unlucky.
such a... And he
And a
tilts,
tilt.
but it doesn't
So
really matter. He
that's
doesn't have the points. So Bobby moves away the winner. And I'm guessing that they're gonna have another... They're not gonna play the same machine, no. They're gonna move on,
they'll
yeah.
they'll play a different one now.
Do we have the ability to follow Bobby and no? No. Okay, so we'll just take whoever comes on.
Yeah.
So you've been here all weekend?
Yeah, I got here, it was quite late Thursday, so came here Friday, played quite a few DPO games. My EPC qualifying was Friday afternoon,
Okay.
and then I played the rest of my DPO games on Saturday. So I tried to try to relax a little bit.
Yeah, pace it out.
Yeah,
Have you been here before?
No. Well,
Like,
actually,
I mean Copenhagen in general.
I've actually been to the Pin Lab.
I actually remember that.
Were you there?
Yeah, I think we've Yeah, it was a few years ago, right?
Yeah, probably 3 years ago, maybe.
You made me quit. That's why.
is that what it was? Yeah, I have that impact on people. I was in Copenhagen for a work trip, and I do what I always do when I go away to work, in that I find somewhere to play pinball.
Of course, that's what you got to do.
I abandoned my work colleagues, and
you did.
For the evening, do what you want to do. I'm going to go play pinball.
I did the same thing in Holland, and Holland has some fantastic drop-in places.
They do, yeah.
I mean, I don't smoke weed, and I think that's why I won. You know.
You had an advantage.
All right, so we have another game of Guardians of the Galaxy here.
Yeah.
I don't know the guy, but I think we should call him Jeep. Is that no? It's just Sleep. Yeah. I mean, that's something everybody can use it, right?
Yeah.
So, how do you like Guardians?
I really enjoy playing it. In terms of knowing the rules, I know a little bit.
The same here. I know the basics of it.
Yeah.
I mean, you want to start modes, you want to finish them, you want to get 4 done to get the cherry bomb.
Cherry bomb.
Wizard mode, right?
Yeah, mini wizard, yeah.
And the way you complete these is that you pick a mode and you shoot the flashing shots, basically.
Yeah.
You can also bring in a multi-ball and finish it up just like you would do on Star Trek and so on and so forth. There's one of the modes, Quill's Quest, which when you pick that, the first time you pick it, you get a dual multi-ball. The problem is, if you pick this early and you later on need to pick it again, you're going to have a very hard mode with only 1 ball. So it's kind of like do you want to go for the low-hanging fruit, or do you want to play the tactical game?
Yeah.
Or like this guy is trying to do chilled out. I think he's going group multi-ball, and this was a problem we saw yesterday. The machine is set very easy. So for some reason, people were just going group, because it was fairly safe.
This is Craig Pullen. He's from the UK. Craig Pullen. Yeah,
okay,
Craig.
Excellent.
He came 3rd in the DPO.
Oh, nice.
So he didn't get to bed till
Los Angeles.
Mass Elk is just shouting at us in the commentator booth.
Yeah.
So
Craig didn't get to bed till 3:30 this morning.
So he played till 3:30 and got 3rd in DPO. That's very nice. Very nice.
He is a fantastic player.
But
very
you know, if you go to bed as the 3rd best in the tournament, you wake up feeling as the 1st. You know, it's a good feeling to be top 3.
Well, I spoke to him on Saturday. He didn't arrive until 12:30 on Saturday. He had to play his DPO games, like almost all of them before 2 p.m. because that's what when his EPC qualifying was. So he flew through his games, played whatever was available. Qualified in I think 3rd in the EPC and 11th in the DPO, something like that, or maybe the other way around. He'd been up since 3 o'clock in the morning.
And he seems to be killing it. 76 million, and this is, I'm guessing, his first ball. No, ball 2 actually.
Yeah.
But he seems to have good control. He seems like a very good player.
He's a bit of a legend, to be honest. But he was up from 3 o'clock on Friday morning.
I love that saying, bit of a legend.
Bit of a legend.
It's so understated. It's like
is,
you're a bit of a god. You know, that's very just the invulnerable good parts. So what is he trying to do here? He has a mode completed, the Yakar arrow.
Yeah.
And he has one that is blinking, which is not completed, right? So he has to revisit that.
Yep.
And he's going Hot Chase. Hot Chase is both ramps. You have to loot those in order to complete the mode. He's gonna go group and and watch how easy this is, by the way, because this is not his first group.
Now,
and it's already lit, right? There's no penalty basically for taking it. Yeah. And it seems fairly safe. I mean, when I'm doing it, the magnet goes insane.
And
when
these
they're
are just
doing
virtual locks.
So it is.
Is this a pro? Is it?
Hope and rest for following.
Yeah, thanks for the follow. What were you saying? Sorry.
Is this a pro? Is it on the premium? He opens his mouth. Or?
I think this is a pro. Yeah. Wait, no. I think it's a premium where they closed it, right?
Oh, is it?
No, you might be right. It looks like a pro if you look at it. It does look like a pro.
Yeah. Anyone know?
Yeah. Guys, do you know if this is a pro or a premium?
So it's got group now.
Actually funny because I tend to think that the pro machines from Stern are player machines. The premium and LEs in some cases are better, but mostly they're just flashy.
Yeah. I mean, we say that though, but I mean, the Tron LE that I have at home, I really tell the difference when I play a premium.
That is a different. That is one of the good ones, though. I mean, But-
even just the drop targets being proper drop targets and not just stand-ups.
But some of the machines, like for instance Game of Thrones, as an LE, it's beautiful, but it does hinder gameplay a bit. It does hinder flow a little bit.
Yeah.
But it's I guess it also depends on what you're looking for in a machine, you know?
So he's finished his group multiple.
He has indeed. But he hasn't finished the pod chase, which I think he was. He sees that coming early and
I think that
he
was
nudges
second
it.
danger now.
Yeah, but it was a beautiful save.
He's
That-
just going for Groot again, isn't he? Because
Yeah.
I think I was going to
he
say
is.
it hit the target down for
But
all.
this also shows how a bit of a legend he actually is,
Bit of
because
a legend.
yes, he really did see that one coming early on, and if you see something that early, you do have the
Okay.
chance of doing a reactive movement to the machine.
It looks like he's going for orb now.
Yeah, nice.
So now he's got orb multiple.
All right, let's see what happens here.
Or does he have to hit the target first? Or
Yeah, he has
knocks
to
it
hit the
out,
target.
That's right.
I'm wondering if he's going to go for the pod chase or just keep on shooting whatever's available.
Well,
because
that's solid now.
he actually
so he must have completed that.
He must just have completed it, yeah. So now all the purple flashing shots are for the orb, right?
Yeah.
But by completing the orb, he doesn't actually complete a mode that counts towards the cherry bomb, does he? I mean, is that a mode in itself? I don't think so.
No, I don't think so.
I think it's
could
like
be
an
wrong.
in-betweener.
Anybody on the chat want
Yes.
to jump in?
I believe they've disabled Groot's mouth for faster gameplay, yes, and also probably because he talks a lot. And he really
Right,
doesn't say
so-
anything,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
Oh, you
I
get
think
it.
It's a single word thing, you know?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
All right, let's see what's going on here. So, he has 2 modes completed.
He's got
Oh,
a lot
that's-
of
That was a nice save without actually
got a
getting
lot of
danger.
multipliers on as
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
He's got one on orb, one on this left.
Do you want to explain how the multipliers work for those that don't know the machine that well?
Sure, I'll give it a go. You hit some shots,
Yeah.
and it lights a playfield shot multiplier.
Yeah.
And then the next shot you shoot will be multiplied for the rest of the ball, I believe. not the
Yes,
game
it
yet.
won't be carried over. But that's a very valuable thing to do, especially if you
is,
figure out,
yeah.
I can hit this shot over and over
Yeah.
again. It's not uncommon in tournaments to see somebody double a shot and just
Got Groot
keep
again
on
now.
doing that. Yeah, see how easy that
Yeah,
was, right?
I see.
So that's definitely the go-to tactic on this machine. So he's just wanting to complete some stuff here. He's definitely going for Cherry Bomb.
But he hasn't got. He has got a mode going. Sanctuary.
I think he started one
Yeah.
just before, yeah.
Sanctuary.
Yeah. What is Sanctuary? It's just a bunch of shots, but is there anything special to it? I don't remember.
I don't remember. I tend to go for Yaka Arrow, which he's already done.
Yeah. Yeah, I
which is
actually do the same,
ball
and
in the pot.
I just do it because I like the name.
Yeah. Well, I used to always start with Pulse Quest, but that was because it gives you a chance to get a feel for the machine
Exactly.
with that 2-ball
Yeah.
without having to worry about losing it straight away.
So why did you stop doing it?
I wasn't scoring as many points as when I go for Yaka
But that's
Arrow.
actually a good point, right? Because sometimes if you go to a machine where you get an instant multi-ball and you come out of it with not a lot of points, you often feel disheartened after. You feel actually
You do.
kind of some energy drained from you.
Yeah.
That was a fantastic ball. So let's see here, how much bonus? Because it's
Has
going to
he
be
got
a.
problem? What's,
There's an error here.
Is the flipper stuck?
Oh yeah, he broke it. That's what happens when you're a bit of a legend.
A
I
bit,
guess.
yeah. You just have an impact on the machine and
Yeah.
it can't cope anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It just wants to marry him now. I mean, no, but let's hope it doesn't go out of the tournament, because that's a good. That is
Yeah.
such a shame when people make like a high score and crush the machine, and it gets void.
Yeah,
That's sad. Let's see, Ed from PinLab stepping up. He's just gonna touch it once and it's gonna be fixed. He has magic fingers, maybe.
So that was it.
So he didn't even get his bonus, did he actually? Or I don't. No, he must have.
So
I just didn't see it, but he ended up at 260-ish something. Let's see here. Craig, definitely best informed player this year in the UK for sure. He looks to be that. Sinutas, thank you for following. Virtual locks for everyone, otherwise some players have a chance to lock balls and have some virtual locks. That's absolutely correct. That's why you do the virtual locks. So for those that don't know, because we do have a lot of people on the stream watching that haven't even played pinball in real life. So a virtual lock means that in a traditional game you would, let's say, shoot a hole, it collects the ball, it parks the ball. Once you have 3 balls parked, you get all those balls and play multi-ball. Now this is fine in a single player setting, but if you are more than one player, I lock a ball, you lock a ball, I lock the third ball, and I get the multi-ball, and you're screwed.
Yeah.
So by having virtual locks, that means that you lock the ball, but it actually gets back in play, and it just counts for that player.
Yeah.
Which is a fair way to do it. See, that was the bonus right there. You got 76 million bonus.
Yeah.
So it actually froze the machine. I've never seen that before. That was weird.
So what happened?
Well, everything froze. Flipper
froze.
off.
Right.
They came over, and after they came over, they did something, and then it gave him his bonus.
Oh, right, okay.
That was, I've never seen that.
I should pay more attention to what's going on.
So it's 326 million, and you know this guy is stepping up to his ball 2, thinking, I just had a drain. I need to clench my buttocks and get this on. Let's see what he's doing.
I know what Craig's tag is, so I can find
Wow,
out who
that's
this
second ball save. He had two ball saves. That was good. So he's seen Craig actually do.
So this is LTZ.
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 See, that's why you're here. That's why you are here.
I can find out who that is as well.
Excellent.
Give
So
me a moment.
LTZ is well, he's just drained his ball, but he was watching what Craig actually did.
Yeah.
And by doing that, he definitely went for good as well. You know, I should open up the same page. It's a good call right there.
So I will find LTZ.
We're not watching our mobile phones right now. We're actually trying to do something here. So,
We're working.
Yeah, we're working. So can you please be quiet? All right, let's see here. Oh, that's for the TPO. That's why. Go back. So we're looking at the European Championship.
LTZ is Magnus
Lorentzon.
From,
Where are we at actually?
Is that Sweden?
Sweden, that's Sweden, yeah.
Sorry, I'm not very
No,
good at
that
flags.
is. Listen, there's 20 different countries here. You cannot know them all. So where we're at, this is the bracket we're looking at, right?
They come in from both sides, so
they do.
this one is actually over here somewhere.
See, again, that's why you're here. All right, I
Okay,
will.
so he started Yaka Arrow. So
That's LT set.
Wants the top
Yeah,
motors.
on his third ball, nonetheless.
Yeah.
So actually, Craig had a not too good.
Yeah.
You know,
While we were
I've
busy.
seen good players actually speculate. I don't think this is the case, but I've seen good players speculating. You know, I'm far enough ahead. I will save some energy. You know, he's not going to make that. There's no need for me to play like 15 minutes more.
It might depend on what. If this is not the first game,
Yeah,
then
true.
it might be that if Craig won the first one, for example, maybe we can
Well, we
relax
can
a
actually
little.
see that, right? No,
No,
they might not
we
have
have to wait
updated
until
it.
it's
Yeah.
updated, yeah.
Oh, okay. All right, so let's see. He's definitely behind, but he's actually showing some nice calmness here, but a bit of frustration. Nonetheless, nice save, although a bit unnecessary with the ball save. But yeah, I think this is also a place where people differ in their strategies. Some people, if they have the ball save, they never try to save it, not to shake the machine.
Yeah.
Whereas
Oh, that's
others
it.
don't.
Oh,
Yeah.
had a ball.
Yeah, that's nice. And you got a super jack hook right off that. Oh, really?
How's it going with the stream?
I think it's going good. We're getting better by the minute, helped by all the viewers. Oh, thank you, JB. JB says that the ball was stuck in the left out lane, which explains why he didn't get
Right,
the bonus.
Yeah, that makes sense. Thank you.
How does it get stuck in the left out lane? That's crazy, actually.
I guess it must have been on the switch. Sometimes if the switch sticks up, then
Or maybe Craig was just such a magnetic personality that he.
yeah.
No, I won't even.
Well,
go
he is
there.
a bit of a legend.
He's a bit of a legend. Yeah, that's true. That is true.
How's the right scoop behaving?
Yeah,
Alright.
it seems actually the whole machine seems to perform good. The only bad thing is that Groot seems very easy.
Yeah,
But I do think that he's playing well.
Well, he's going to go for the scoop now, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, and that scoop, would you backhand it?
No.
No, same here. But being on the tip of that flipper in a pressed situation, that was unnecessary,
That's gonna
unfortunately.
tell. That's surely gonna
He
tell.
didn't need to do that.
Yeah, but he didn't tell.
No, but it's
Amazing.
he's stressing, right? We all know this feeling, right? When you're hard pressed and you see something going near a bad place and you over exaggerate your movement. But again, he knows that he might not be more than a really good multi-ball away. You know?
Yeah.
Oh, that's yeah. And so, unfortunately, he got punished by over exaggerating his movement before. So Frank Bona.
Frank Bona, we all know Frank.
Yes. All right, so Frank is still in the party, as he would say.
Yep.
He's playing Monster, and Frank is very much an on-the-fly player, which actually gives him a very big advantage in a lot of Stern games. But in some games, it's a huge disadvantage. But the fun thing about Frank is you cannot tell by his play. You always get the good scores.
He is very good at nudging as well. It's one thing I noticed about his play.
I mean, my first encounter with Frank ever was watching him from behind nudging a machine like it was lovemaking. It was beautiful. It was a beautiful sight. I love Frank. So he is in a multi-ball here, 21 million up on the first ball, and he actually seems fired up, which is a very big step up from yesterday where they were playing Taxi, and every game was just taking half an hour. They were tired.
Yeah.
Oh, nice! That almost went out the out lane. So it seems like he wants to go back into the multi-ball again. I think that a lot of the good players here have identified that the machines are relatively easy to set up. So they're just milking, you know? Like on Metallica when you just go Sparky all day. But again, it's fair for everybody.
Yep. So, I say I don't know too much about this machine, but we've got 2 times and 3 times flashing at the bottom.
Good catch,
so I assume that is the play thing.
That didn't happen by chance, he knows that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I'm just watching here, Carl. Yes, exactly. With Frank, he could have slowed down the play, but he likes the flow. Frank is very much a flow player. He's one of those guys that, I mean, he needs motion. He needs to be kept in motion.
Keep going,
Yeah, definitely. So,
like the Ronnie O'Sullivan of pinball. Do you know snooker?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Actually, which is weird because I haven't watched it much, but I know him. So let's see, 37 million is a
solid start.
It's a solid first ball, and he puts pressure on who's he playing versus.
Let's find out. You carry on.
Thank you so much.
And Frank's tag is BUL.
Yes. Well, the contender is stepping up now. I've seen this guy many times before.
It's David Mannering from the UK.
Okay, so David is stepping up here.
Yeah.
So, do you know David as a player?
I do know David.
Can you tell us a bit about him?
Very much on the fly player.
Oh, so it's 2 on the fly players. Nice.
More on the fly than Frank.
More, you can be more than Frank.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's going to be interesting because this is a game that it isn't really an on-the-fly game because it's so dangerous with no ball shape and everything. But I mean, it didn't seem to bother Frank. So let's see. Again, look, no ball save. It's amazing. Hi, Frank. What's your? Frank just stopped by.
How are you guys with rules knowledge and stuff for the monsters?
We don't know the monsters too well, but we've kind of figured out that everybody's.
Multiplier by 6 was lit, and I missed the jackpot.
As Frank is saying here, he missed the multiplier for 6.
No, I had it. No jackpot.
Oh, he had the multiplier, but he didn't hit the jackpot for 6. Yeah.
So that's when it's lit at the bottom, yeah? The
down
2
here.
and 3 times.
Oh, yes, and it is the kitty. You know, the blue one. When you're on multiple, you always show the blue one to get 2, 3, and 6 playfield to get the jackpots multiplied.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
So when you have the 2
one
and 3,
button on the right, one button on the left, like as always.
When you have the 2 and 3 lit at the bottom, you actually do have a 6 multiplier.
I see.
I can sit in on this one if you want to, because I actually own this machine.
Yeah.
Oh, do you? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I can just sit on this
I'll
one
come
and I
back
can step
later.
away.
I look forward to you coming back later.
Thank you. Yep. I'll be around.
That sounds really
You
good.
can come back in just a few minutes if you want to.
All right, we're gonna have an actual Monsters owner stepping in here, which is
I
nice.
actually own the premium for this one, and I've made my home one savagely difficult.
And is this a premium or?
This is a premium, the
Okay.
black and white premium.
What is the difference between a premium and a pro on this one?
The pro does not have the lower playfield. Otherwise, I think they're identical. So that changes the rules and how you play a little bit. So
we've seen a lot of people actually go for the lower playfield. Is this a viable option here,
it's
or
safe.
are they just?
I mean, it's safe, and you can play the multi-ball downstairs, and it's a safe multi-ball. It's guaranteed points.
But it doesn't seem like a lot of points.
No, it can add up. You can have it decent, especially if you have some playfield multipliers and things like that. So the setup here is similar to Monster Bash, for example, where you try to collect all the characters. So you shoot Lily, you light up Lily and on the right, and you start that mode, which is a frenzy. You shoot Herman to collect Herman. Herman has an easy multi-ball, or it's not. This has harder settings compared to one on location. So I think it's 5 hits to Herman to start that multi-ball.
And if you have had it, is it still just 5 hits?
No, the second, it's sort of like Little Deadpool. So you get the second one is just a hurry up.
Yeah.
So I think it's the third Herman you get a multi-ball again.
Okay.
You also have a multi-ball on the left ramp, which is the Raven multi-ball.
So just shoot the left ramp over and over?
If it's lit, I think the blue light above the ramp has to be lit.
And how do you light?
I don't remember if it's... No, I actually don't remember. But if it's lit, you shoot it.
Okay.
It can also be lit red for Spot, which is one of the characters.
So right now he shoots a captive ball, which is the start of the Herman multi-ball,
and
right?
if you don't hit that ball, you just get a 2-ball multi-ball.
Yeah, like Star Trek, basically.
Yeah, similar to that, and you get a larger hurry up and jackpot value.
What about bringing in other multi-balls or modes? I mean, you can bring in modes. We can see that, right?
You can,
like the Lily.
You can bring in Lily. Yeah, you can work on Lily. So he has one more hit to Lily right now, and those letters time out. If you don't hit Lily,
so you can
time out.
bring it in while.
Yeah.
So go multi-ball then Lily.
Yeah. So if he hits Lily now, if he doesn't hit Lily, it will go back one letter or whatever.
Oh, so it actually crawls back.
Yeah. So now he started Lily. Nice. So everything. This is a frenzy mode. Yeah.
Nice. Okay. What about bringing in secondary multi-ball? Is that possible?
No.
Add a ball?
Yes, you can get an Add-a-Ball from Mystery, which is...
And I have to ask here, because now we see the 2 and the 3X blinking right now. Can you explain the whole...
Yeah, so every time you start a mode, it lights the kitty target up the middle, and one hit to the kitty target lights, 2X playfield, and then 3X, and then 5X.
To the right of Herman, right?
To the right of Herman. There's an insert there, an arrow that it's blue or turquoise or something, blue, and it says kitty.
Perfect.
So each hit there will reset the timer and move you to the next one.
And when you have 2 and 3 lighting at the same time, you actually have 6 times playfield.
I think first you have 5. I think if they're both just lit, it's 5x, and then when they're blinking, they're 6x, maybe. Okay. But I'm not sure about that.
Or it could be the other way around. Yeah. I get that. So you wanna that's what Frank Bona actually popped his head in the booth and said that he had 6x lit, but he missed the jackpot.
And then something else to keep in mind. Is you have a lockdown bar button, and every time that is blinking, which is after you've shot an insert, or not an insert, stand-up target around the playfield, you want to hit that button because that builds up a zap jackpot. There's a zap meter. It's on the screen in the middle of the bottom. There's a zap meter.
There's 2 view meters.
Yeah, there's a meter. The right one of those meters.
What's a good
zap
score
meter.
for getting that?
Well, the zap jackpot. It depends on how many you've collected and things like that, and your multiplier and things like that. But it's just sort of an added shot that you get around the playfield.
It's just points you want.
Yeah, it's just points you want.
Yeah, okay.
You don't want it to distract you, obviously, but if you're used to it, it's easy to hit each one. So he gets...
and with this lower playfield, it's only pure points. There's nothing here like adding value to something for the rest of the game, right? Oh,
yes, if you shoot the middle in the bottom playfield, if you shoot the machine up the middle,
like
that starts the button blinking, so you can press the button. So you can build zap jackpots downstairs as well.
Okay, and when you go out of mode, the zap will also be bigger?
Yeah, well, it's not. I think it resets with each ball.
Okay. So it's just... Like when you're in the low playfield, you're in the low playfield.
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with the rest.
Well, if you get to Monster Madness, then you actually play both upstairs and downstairs. You have multi-ball downstairs and multi-ball upstairs.
That sounds terrible.
It's fun. It has the 2 separate buttons on the side of the cabinet.
Oh, nice. So you actually have other buttons?
The separate buttons. So for the skill shot, there are lots of options here. There's a skill shot at the top, the blinking lane that you can't change. You can hard plunge and shoot the right ramp if you hold down the button. So he got the super skill shot there.
Yeah, because he held in, I'm guessing, left flipper and plunge.
Yeah, left flipper. If you hold down both left flipper buttons, you actually get a super duper skill shot if you get it into the lower playfield.
Oh, okay.
So there's a super
shooting
duper.
The scoop.
Yeah, you shoot the scoop. But that's if you hold down both buttons.
But it's an interesting thing because this machine has no ball save.
Yep. Well, you can turn it on, but from factory, it does not have ball save.
So in general, it wouldn't have ball save. So would you go for the super skill shot?
If I'm comfortable with the machine, you can, hard plunge and live catch, and I would do that. But it depends on the machine. Downstairs, you also get the mystery value, and in tournament settings, the mystery, if you get the mystery downstairs, the mystery is you light one kitty collect or whatever extra. But it depends on how the machine is playing. So now he has spot running, which is a mode that's usually timed out.
And that's where the left ramp actually opens up,
Yep.
right? Yeah.
So there's a monster there, and it's often timed out because you just want to get through it because that's usually the last thing you have before Monster Madness.
Yeah, it also seems like a very dangerous shot,
nice.
actually.
Yeah, it is. Oh, he tilts.
He tilts. No.
So he still had Raven to go there after spot to get to Monster Madness.
Frank Bona's fired up. So let's see the scores here. So that was David, right? I believe.
David Mainwaring,
yes,
from the UK.
So David has 20 million, right? And Frank has 38. Now,
but it's
does progress carry over? I mean, if
yes.
Okay.
Progress carries over.
But actually, he has none right now, Frank, right?
He still has Spot and Raven. You can see the inserts in the above the flippers.
No, I meant in terms of ready multi-ball. I mean,
if he's closer to Raven, which I actually think he is, because
and that's the left ramp.
The left ramp, yeah.
Oh, because
so there he did the super skill shot.
Yeah, I saw that.
The super duper
nice.
skill shot. We'll see if he hits it though.
Yeah.
And there's a timer that you can see in the lower playfield, and the timer, how much time you have left,
that was
determines.
Beautiful, Frank.
Determines how much time, or the skill shot changes depending on how quickly you collect it.
Yes.
So here, if he shoots the 2 orbits, he has 15 seconds. There's one. And
taking his
still
time.
One.
Oh, he wants it on the left flipper. Yeah.
And then, now he just has to shoot the middle, and he'll start multi-ball. The right ramp downstairs adds time.
Yeah, I was about to say he just got some more time in there.
Yeah. So now, because it's the second one, I don't know how. This is his second one probably. Is it one more hit?
I don't know. But
it gets more difficult downstairs.
Okay.
Since you've already played it. Yeah.
So he didn't actually get that. Should he not have added time instead of going for the shot?
No, I mean adding time can't hurt, right? You want more time,
well, he's going straight for the Herman multiple.
Yeah. This is. I don't know which one in the sequence this is. So if he's played Monster Madness,
I think he's played. This is his third Herman.
Okay, then this. No, it was just points.
Okay, so he actually didn't get. Oh, he did get like a virtual lock, right?
There's no lock. Yeah, there's no lock.
Wow, did you see that? Did you see that save? Oh my god. That was
somebody should
bang
clip
back,
that.
Yeah.
Well, that was
fantastic.
If he didn't move it, if he didn't affect the machine.
It was just beautifully done. It was like a small nudge. That was the most beautiful bang back I've ever seen.
Somebody click that? Yeah, because bang back is not okay.
No, well,
so I don't think it counted as that. But
no, but he did a very small time like that. And he actually got it back.
If you affect the machine,
it went here, went over there, and he popped it back.
If he affects the machine at all here, it's not okay. But I didn't see it closely enough.
See, that was okay.
Did somebody clip that?
Far away from OK standard cheat. Well, we have some different opinions here, but we should probably replay that. Or should we not do that?
We should not take it to the.
No, we're not.
David should take it to.
We're not the police, but it was regardless. It was beautifully done, whether or not it was.
We
have it on camera.
I'm not sure what the etiquette is at this point.
I'm actually, to be honest, I'm actually not sure if he even played the ball after he got it back, because he drained right after, didn't he?
It doesn't matter.
No, I mean, he could have done it and then just let it go. I don't know.
I still don't think that's okay. If
no.
That's,
sorry. We should have a look at it.
Yeah.
But as for those that don't know,
it would have counted as a death save because bang back would be from the left. But death saves and bang backs are not okay in tournaments.
The reason this is not okay is, as you can see if you actually saw that, very skilled players can perform that move over and over again endlessly and just play forever. Yeah, true. Death save is a death save.
I don't know what the... Christian, vad tycker du? Ska någon säga till, eller tittar ni på reprisen?
We're going to investigate the matter.
So the problem here is too, this game happens to be on the stream. Yeah. Other games were not on the stream, and he would have gotten away with it, let's say, if it is indeed a death save.
But let's round it out here and say that we're not going to talk about anything about it anymore as commentators, because it's not our job. I think that they're looking at it now. If there is any kind of investigation verdict in it, we'll bring it back, of course.
Yeah.
Because we shouldn't speculate on whether or not people have done it before. We don't know. We simply don't know. Regardless, It has been really nice playing, and they're actually quite close because 25 million and 43 million is not far apart.
Yeah, he didn't have a multiplier there though, but I'm assuming he'll take this. So you build up super jackpots from different modes around the playfield, and so you can light all of them at the same time or whatever. You can also cancel the...
that was an error right there.
You can cancel the jackpot, so you don't collect it, so you save it until maybe you have more multipliers, or... So he has the restart for Raven Multiball on the left ramp, so if he can hit the left ramp, he will restart.
Yeah, I have to say to Obvious One, he says, if you see something, say something. You're absolutely correct, but that is what we've done. What I'm saying is simply, we are not going to continue talking about it until they've checked. We have 3 people here checking. So it's not because we don't want to look into it, we're just keeping it out of the stream until we know more.
Yeah, I mean, this is one of those ethical things, because this game is on the stream, whereas we have 4 rigs and we have 50 games that are not under rigs and are not watched like this.
Yeah.
So this is another reason why it's important to sort of watch your opponent as you play as well.
And there's no doubt that if it turns out it was actually a false move, he will get disqualified, he will get a penalty, whatever. All I'm saying is just we have to focus on the stream right now. We will get back to it. We hope you.
So he has passed it. So that I don't know what the situation is with the game. If he would just get a 0 on the game, or if he would get a 0 for the match too. But yeah, so he's in Monster Madness here.
Yes,
which
let's look at this. He's playing both flippers.
Both sets of flippers.
Now. Yeah. So would you go for prioritizing like the top playfield over the lower, or is both equally valuable?
I mean, I think actually
like
you want to cradle up and play downstairs while you have time. But
because it runs out of time.
To be honest, my machine, even though I own it, is set up so difficult that I rarely get to Monster Madness.
Okay.
It's savagely difficult, but whenever I encounter the machine somewhere else, then that machine is easy. I have a Guardians of the Galaxy set up the same way.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense.
I mean, it's not our call.
We're just going to have a look at it.
Yeah, we're going to look at it. Yeah, I mean, he shoves it. He shoves the machine.
Okay, we had a look at it. He definitely shoved the machine. We're going
but again,
to...
it's not our call.
Yeah, but we have to have a judge call for that, because that's not okay.
No.
But then, I mean, did you win the match? Well, I don't know if this was the match or the game. I mean, this makes a huge difference.
Yeah.
But David won this game.
Yeah, David won the game.
So yeah, David won the game. So Frank Bonen lost it. We have looked at the clip, and from our eyes, it's definitely not okay.
Det borde ju vara en varning på det.
So I mean,
it needs a ruling.
It's a need ruling.
Listen. This is a very non-difficult situation. It's not just us that saw it. We're how many viewers are on right now?
120.
So it's not us making the call, but we all as a group, viewers and us, are going to make it for a ruling, because it's pinball. It has to be fair.
A ref.
It should be a ref should decide if it's a warning.
I will go get a ref.
Yeah.
And actually, Ink, will you get a ref here? Get Rill.
Matt could be
Jonas
or Emil,
exactly.
or anyone.
Yeah, anyone basically. We're going to get a ruling on this.
So
because,
I think the referee needs to. I think the referee needs to decide if they're even going to look at the stream, if the stream should be part of it, because this is an unfair way, in a way. I mean, obviously.
Yeah, because we're focusing in on some players and not.
Yeah,
others.
Exactly.
So at the same time, though, I think I speak for both of us when I say that we're not condemning Frank. We're not judging him. We're just saying that we saw something, and if it hadn't been Frank, we would still have said something, because it's about being fair.
Oftentimes, too. It can be an instinctual move where you move the machine, it goes so fast.
And actually looked a bit like he was just, he's used to doing it. I mean, but yeah, time to start.
But then the difficult with having VAR or video assisted review or whatever is that it is just some of the machines.
Yeah, exactly. But you could also argue otherwise that he knows he's on camera. Definitely.
Yeah, be extra on your best behavior. We had a situation like this in Norway in May at a big tournament, and the referee there, the player trapped up because he knew it was sort of questionable. The player trapped up, referee came over and then looked at the review and stuff like that and decided it wasn't one, even though it was a borderline case maybe.
we're going to have a look at what they say. I mean, they're going to have a look
we'll see.
at
I mean, ultimately it's up to the referee.
Yeah. Do we have Beatles? Do you know Beatles?
Not well enough to.
No, the same here. Beatles is a relatively new game, right?
Yeah, and there's only 1,964 of them in the world.
And also,
so.
they look like old EM machines. I mean, it really does.
It is a very similar layout to Sea-Witch, or identical in some ways.
That's actually a good call. Yeah. So we're watching Paul Youngma play. Paul is probably one of the nicest guys in pinball I've ever run into. And he's always a nice guy.
He won the Belgian Pinball Open last weekend. He got second at
while
DPO
yesterday.
While
being nice. That's annoying, you know? You cannot rile him up. I've tried. God, I mean, but no. So what's a good score on this? It's probably not going to be a lot. It looks like small points, like EM machines, basically. He gets a replay for 2.6 billion. Okay. That's where we're at.
So, this is a good matchup, an interesting matchup.
Do you know who this is?
Yep, Johannes Ostermeier.
Okay.
The German Wunderkind.
Yeah, he's. I've actually seen him play before.
Yeah, he is the reigning world champion, the IFBA world champion, after an incredible game of, this 9-round game against Daniele in the World Cup or World Championship finals.
He does have a very focused
in Italy. Yeah, he's an incredible player. I think he's only 17 years old.
So wait, he starts with 3 balls?
There's certain modes or multi-balls. This is the worst. I only stepped into Monsters because
I totally get that. I totally get that. All right, so let's see what
I have notes on this game, but I didn't have to play it, so I didn't even have to...
It looks pretty difficult. I mean, it looks very floaty, a lot of stuff going on. So it's all about drop targets, looks like. Let's see.
Yes, the infamous Death Save Lazarus of Oslo. Although I think that was such a borderline case, and I think it was more a Lazarus than a Death Save.
There's a magnet up top. Nice.
Yeah, I actually think Sea-Witch is a really fun machine. It's a Stern, classic Stern machine.
Oh, he's trapped 2 balls on the right, and he's definitely a control player, huh?
Yep. Oh yeah.
So, well, they all are. I mean, with the exception.
There are some on the more on the fly players that are really, really good
in
players.
general, out of 100 really skilled players, 90 of them are going to be control
So there
players. He's trying to make the right loop.
He stages the upper right flipper.
Yeah.
So he can shoot the orbit.
Yeah, and you do this by pressing in the button half, basically.
Yeah, there's 2 switches, one for the lower flipper, one for the upper flipper.
This one there is actually. Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah. On any stageable machine. There's 2 switches, so you can sort of let go of the button
I
enough.
thought it was an analog switch. So it's actually 2 different ones?
I don't know what the physical makeup is, and I'm sure they've changed over the years, but you sort of let go of the flipper's button slightly, and that releases the upper flipper.
So for those that don't know, that means that when you normally press the right flipper, you activate both flippers, but if you only press it half, you only activate the bottom flipper.
Yep.
Which is pretty hard to do, but it's definitely manageable. Like Whirlwind, that's a required thing to do there. If you want to make jackpots.
I mean, there are a lot of games where you don't want the flipper to block that shot.
Yeah.
And then the really skill comes from actually making shots from that flipper while staging it.
So he's definitely rocking it hardcore here. So let's see Death Save. We uploaded the Death Save clip.
Maybe it should be Death Save ?
Yeah,
because it's not our call, but either way.
Is there a page for live standings? That would be www.epc2019.eu. It's actually in the lower left corner of the image. That should be the page where you go for live standings. But how live they are, I don't know, because it seems to update after groups are done.
Yeah, after each match, you turn in the piece of paper, and then they update And there's also a giant paper bracket. It's probably 2 meters by 2 meters or something.
Yeah, they're constantly updating it. So let's see here, Beatlemania. He's actually catching up right now to Paul Youngma. Which ball is this? This is ball.
Where do we see that?
Actually,
it's a giant. No, that's a player 2. That's player 2.
But ball and play 3.
Oh, ball and play 3. Yeah.
So do they have 5 balls? No.
No, it's 3 ball.
So he just has to pass Paul Youngma, which I'm thinking he actually might even have on bonus right now.
He just did, and with the extra ball. The only game here I think that was 5 ball was Devil Riders. I think everything else.
I didn't try that. I wanted to try that.
I played it in the team tournament on Friday.
So let's see if it's 5 ball. He's gonna play.
It can't be 5 ball.
It should rain right now.
Yeah, but maybe he wants to practice on the machine. But
that's a good call. Yeah.
I also shouldn't say it's. if it is 5-ball for some reason.
Yeah.
But based on, you know, Frontier and so on.
Yeah. Let's see what happens here. Bitwalk nails it. That's true. It's good entertainment. Yeah. But actually, it's also a fun way of looking at people's skills because most people here can do death saves. But people don't do it. But when somebody does it that effortlessly, it must be hard to not do it. Because
it's not. I actually think it's bad to learn death saves and to be good at death saves and to use death saves regularly in normal play.
Yeah.
Because then maybe when it comes really fast like that, you'll instinctively sort of do it.
Yeah.
And it's not good. Fick du någon ruling eller vad hände?
The ruling is you will lose that game.
Ja, men ni hade gjort ändå.
Yeah. Okay, so the ruling came in that...
But is that a yellow card for the rest of the tournament?
We will go by the Papa rules. It doesn't say. It's just
okay, I think so. He gets a 0 for the game for that entertaining move, and and now he knows that we're watching. So I think next time we're watching Frank Bona, he's gonna play very nicely. They haven't told him yet, so that's gonna be interesting.
Okay.
We should get a camera and actually tell him
live on camera.
You can switch to AC/DC because they are your AC/DC from the match 3.
Okay, so we're switching to AC/DC.
David has the 2 first games.
Oh, I like it. So we're actually chasing him now.
That's okay.
We're the Frank Bona police right now.
So it's 2-0 or 2-1. We're not sure. To David.
2 to David, and Did you see the death save from Frank Bona?
No, I went over to check on my...
We caught it on camera. He's getting a 0 for the match. Yeah, he just made the...
Oh, not the... Oh, yeah, just that game.
Yeah, for that game, It looked like a reflex, though, but we don't know.
Yeah, I don't think intent matters.
That's the way he plays
true.
back in France. You know?
So it's a 0 for the...
For that game?
For just that game.
Yeah,
I mean, he lost the game anyway, so it didn't matter.
So David has 17.9 million, and for some reason somebody applauded that. He must not know the game. Because that's not a very good score.
Or maybe he salvaged it from double danger early on or something.
He has his album multiple lids.
Yeah, he does. And Frank has absolutely nothing, but I mean, he didn't even need to death save that one. That was beautiful.
To answer the point in the chat, I actually think you can put like a dampening cushion there or whatever, right where the ball hits.
Just glue.
And then it won't do it.
Yeah, that's true.
But
I
think
that shouldn't be necessary. I mean, that's part of it. Let's see what he goes for here. He's trying to backhand the right out lane, which he succeeded in. No, he was trying to backhand the left ramp, of course, in order to just loop it and go jam multi-ball, which is so easy on this machine. I know this machine very well, and the big downfall of this machine is the pop bumpers. If you get up there, your ball save is gone. That's how I went out of the tournament.
Isn't it one of those sterns where it doesn't tick, the timer for the ball save doesn't tick down until the last pop bumper hits or whatever?
I just know that
I mean, you can still have a bad feed from there.
You often get that from this machine. Otherwise, it actually plays nice. You can backhand both ramps, and you can loop the loop like left ramp with left flipper non-stop.
So yeah, he has album multiple lit, so I assume he'll try and get the right ramp if he survives. And there's the right ramp, and that starts the multi-ball.
Yeah, but he's in there with a tilt, so this machine has a shaker. That even could be enough. It's not going to be, but it could be enough. What he does here is interesting. He shoots for the actual target, taking the points. Where I would be shooting for the bell up the middle to activate.
Most people do the bell
to activate the double playfield multiplier.
With the scores this low, though,
it's a good strategy.
And plus, it gives you album progress, right? Because you want the drop targets anyway.
That is true. But does he have VIP passes? We cannot see the button.
We can't.
So
he got at least one from the skill shot. That he did the regular skill shot, so he got one.
Jonas, har du en? Nå, jeg tror, der er info om Frank Bona. Nå, det var ikke det. Jeg tror, det er derfor, du kom. Vi har fanget ham i at lave en death save.
Ja, men han topspiller alligevel.
Ja, præcis. Ruling er 0.
Ruling ville være, at han ville have topspillet.
Får han nogle advarsler?
Er det et gult kort, eller?
Nej, det er det faktisk ikke.
Okay.
Hvis han ikke smadrer en skine.
Nej, det gør det ikke. Det var så. Det var...
Men spilleren skulle... Medspilleren, ham han spillede mod, skulle have set det. Og sagt, det er derfor, man skal stå.
Ja, det var så elegant lavet. Nej, det var meget mindre end det.
Sorry.
We have a ref tilting the stream. Men det er fint, jeg vil bare lige høre updates på det. All right, so back to the game here. David drains, but he still makes some progress. Well, he made some points because progress is done for ball 3, right?
So 35. I mean, this is definitely catchable.
Yes, he just needs a good jam multi-ball, basically. That could do it. But right now, I think he just needs something because he seems a bit frustrated. I wonder if they told him before the game. No, they didn't.
I don't think they did. So
let's see here. And he cannot. Yeah, you cannot break it on the flipper. You have to do it on the fly, which I'm actually surprised he doesn't do. Wow.
Oh, danger.
Yeah,
danger.
That's dangerous because it is swinging like a dancing baby from YouTube. All right, let's see here. He actually goes into jam multi-ball. Now, he does have a VIP pass, which means that once he completes at least 2 shots, I believe, he can press the button on the lockdown bar and get a ball shape that will bring all the balls back. If he has that progress.
Yeah.
And he gets the VIP passes by completing the in and out lanes or the axe up top.
Yeah, you get them from the skill shot. The basic skill shot gives you 1 VIP pass. If you do the super skill shot, so you hold down the right button and you actually get that skill shot, you get 2 of them. Then you can also get them from other things. Maybe somebody in the chat knows. I can't remember. I think after a certain number of combos, you can get 1.
Yeah, and now we see that he has actually hit the bell so many times that 2x play fill,
2x
multiply.
fill,
Yeah. Every time he hits it now, he both extends it with 10 seconds, and then he goes to 3x.
Yeah, if he hits it enough times.
Yeah, which I'm sure is his. Well, it was his strategy.
Yeah.
But now he's out of multi-ball, and his only option really here is to go for the song, which means the right orbit, so he can change song and get some more points going.
I mean, you could go ramp out again back to another jam. That's probably the safest strategy.
It is the safest, but
if you hit the ramps.
No, that is gone, unfortunately. And he tilts it because he doesn't carry out. Yeah. So that's a double 0. Well, not a 0. Do you get a 0 in the field?
I mean, it counts as a loss. So.
Yeah, but is that like a 1 or a 0? I actually don't know.
In head-to-head, it's just you get a 1 for a win or a 0 for a nothing for a loss.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. Of course, yeah.
Yeah, so there. I mean, we get into that discussion here. Like the referee here told us, and I kind of agree with that. The opponent has to see it rather than the stream happening to catch that game.
Death save.
Regarding the death save. So that is what
You have to pay attention to.
Yeah, you have to, but you might not see that, especially because you're standing, 6 feet behind the.
I mean, I think I was the only one who caught it, and we were actually watching on a camera here, and it was so subtle. It was just like this. It didn't look violently. So I would have not noticed that had I played against him. I mean, unless I was.
It is very important to. A lot of players don't like to watch their opponent play. They walk away and don't even pay attention to the score or anything, and come back when it's their turn.
Yeah.
I tend to watch.
But from this point on, nobody's leaving Francona.
Well, I don't know if this eliminated him. If he was up 2, this eliminated him. So.
That is actually true. Yeah, that could be. But
if our information was correct, he might have been eliminated now.
Yeah. Well, he didn't win the game either, so it's not actually.
Yeah, I mean that adds or takes away a little bit of it.
Yeah, but the whole discussion, he was.
I mean, it wasn't a bang back. It was a death save, but there was a move. There was a player move.
It was the effect of a bang back.
I mean bang back. It's just from the left.
No, but I think what Oregon Ninja says is that it came in from the angle of a bang back.
No, because it's from the right. It's from the right, and it bounces up. But that's a death save.
It jumped over here, and actually that's
a death save. That's because a bang back. It comes down here, and you hit the machine here, and it comes up onto the flipper. You can't see what I'm pointing to,
but we're pointing in the right spots.
Yeah, so it was definitely a death save, and a death save, regardless of intent, if you move the player move affects the ball when it's below the flippers.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter if. There's intent or whatever.
You just cannot do it, and this is why all the machines here have rubber feet, which actually makes it hard because you cannot slide the machine.
Yep.
If you do a hard twist left, it's going to violently react to the right. That's also why you see sometimes people make a move, and you get 2 dangers, and they look surprised because they're like, "Oh, the machine didn't move.
Yeah.
It's just fighting me," Let's see. What are we waiting for? New games?
No one playing.
Okay, so nobody playing. I'm gonna hit the bathroom and we'll be back in 5 minutes.
Somebody will be back here in a few minutes.
All right.
I'm gonna step away as well.
Yeah, I'm gonna be here all day. So.
Excellent. Good.
I just need the bathroom.
Nothing going on?
Somewhere else.
Vilken match? Ja. Ja, alla har inte slutat spela.
Yeah, it's a terrible situation. So many friends. So many people. Are you gonna head back and hang around? David and I are both out. In theory, we could be over 3 hours. Yeah. We went through EPC, but yeah, one round. But the person who knocked me out was I think it's even a great time. Okay. Interesting choices. There's the most on the Oh, well, I cannot help it. Actually,
All right, we're back. So,
didn't miss much.
no more disqualifications of players. Oh, let's see here.
Could be. You see at least.
Yeah. Is this Ed JTS we're watching? See, I can see Ed in the background. So yes, this is Ed and JTS. I don't know him, but I'm assuming that since you're calling it out, it must be him. Where is JTS from?
Moose is a Finnish guy.
He's a Finnish guy.
Moose is back.
Hey Moose.
Hey.
So we're watching Ed and JTS.
Ah, nice.
Yeah.
Because the next game when after this we have started. We have fixed, so we know now we're having
the players.
Yeah, no, for the next game before the. Fuck, I'm tired.
Just in Swedish.
Yeah, I need to think. Yeah, after the. At the moment, it's all random who plays what.
Yeah.
But we have fixed, so we have a note that says contact booth. When so we're gonna be able to
know.
Yeah, so they are gonna choose.
No, that's a big tilt.
They're all 3 games they are playing, so we're gonna start to be able to follow.
That sounds really good. So we're going to be able to follow people. Do we also know who's playing?
Yeah,
well, kind
of.
We get the tags.
Yeah, we get the tags, so
we can look them up.
Yeah,
that's really nice because right now the problem is that everything is kind of being thrown at us. We don't know who's playing what machines.
And I think we're so far ahead of schedule. So.
Any chance to see ABD play, or is he falling out? I think that we're pretty much at the mercy of where the cameras are and who's playing. So
more or less the mercy.
I don't know ABD, but if suddenly
Arvid, it's the
it's the small guy.
One of the younger.
If we see him, we'll try to stick on him like Lou. We'll be on him like we are on Frank Bona when he does death saves.
Yeah. So then I know Emil here is gonna be in the next group.
Okay.
There is Arvid.
Arvid, yeah. We just caught him on camera. There you go. There's Arvid. Now he's gone. And now is Arvid. Ah, damn it! PA move.
So
we have Arvid inside again.
The deciding of this match, I don't know if it's their first, second, or third game, but I know
that
for sure that
what happens.
Yeah, but I know that one of those two is going to be. We are going to follow the next.
Okay. So we're going to follow them.
Of that.
Nice. So we're going to follow the winner.
Yeah,
basically. So I think I didn't see what he picked here. Was it War Machine? It wasn't. Anyway, Ed is a really good player. He. Straight into the cannon. I'm thinking he's going to go for the barrel, but he's actually going War Machine, so he has War Machine as a mode. I don't necessarily agree with that choice because it's points, but at the same time, I feel you would always want to build your multi-ball here and go for multipliers. That's kind of how you do it, unless you're playing the really long game. But this is ball one.
And before you start the multi-ball, you usually want to have
hit the bell. Yeah, exactly. That was a nice on-the-fly backhand to ramp, by the way. Ed is a very good on-the-fly player, but he also knows how to cradle up when it's necessary.
Back on the ram?
Yeah, he can. He can definitely. He knows this machine. He plays it every Tuesday.
Oh.
Yeah, he's now, as I've said before in the stream, below the place where we're playing right now is a cellar. It's a big basement.
Yeah.
This is where all these machines normally are, and that's called Pin Lab. So Pin Lab is a place you can come every Tuesday, basically, and you can play like a cozy tournament, and every last Tuesday of the month, you get to play a Whopper tournament here. Oh. So if you're ever in Copenhagen around a Tuesday, definitely look up the Pin Lab. And if you're actually in Copenhagen outside of a Tuesday, try and holler at the people at the Pin Lab because they often sometimes open it up and there are other places where we all go to play. Ooh. So just hit us up. Ed is in a multi-ball right now. He doesn't have a multiplier, he's even close. I think he's completing shots in order to relight the VIP pass on his lockdown bar. Because when his ball is drained, he can hit that and he will get a ball save and get everything back, and that's huge.
I even think he gets an edible.
Let's see here. He hits it now, as you can see. Well, no, he doesn't get it.
He gets. Now he has three.
He gets an edible always from it, I do believe. And he's now in a 3-ball multi-ball, but he still has to complete some shots here because he's not really racking up points. That's not good. And also, the fire lanes, like the in and out lanes, spell fire.
Yeah.
So if you ever see one of those letters blinking, Well, when you complete these letters, you get a VIP pass. No, you have to complete them 3 times, I believe, to get 1 push on the lockdown button. If it blinks, however, you get 2, I think. There's something there. Maybe some of the viewers can comment on that. When you hit the blinking one, you either get like a double VIP pass or you get a full VIP pass. It's definitely something you want to go for. That's very, very important. So let's see here. He has a song lit up top. So he would essentially want to change a song in order to just get more points. MOS is doing the nibble twirlies.
No,
Oh, we saw what you were doing, man.
commercial.
No, wait, it doesn't work with me. That's not good. I need a t-shirt, otherwise I can't.
We need to start selling those.
Yeah, or a bikini if you have them.
Yeah, sure.
You can have crew, you can have commentator.
Oh, that would be nice. That would
Commentator
be
would be awesome.
Just universal hang around would be fantastic. Yeah. So, Ed drains while I'm not looking because that's how good of a commentator I am.
Yeah.
And we're back to JTS. So he's got a little bit of work ahead of him, but he just basically needs to get into a multi-ball.
Should this be blurred out, his shirt, the logos?
Yeah. JTS is, of course, as we know, sponsored by Kellogg's. He wakes up every morning with a roar. Roar.
Stuff his body with Kellogg's.
Oh, wow, look at that. He actually almost got it into the song mode again. So he's trying to complete the axe up there because completing the axe gives you a VIP pass is 3 completions of either the axe or the fire lanes, I believe.
Yeah, not the fire lanes.
I think completing the fire lanes 3 times is 1 VIP pass. But axe is also one of those. Do you remember what the blinking? If you have a blinking F, for instance, and you complete that one, is that a full VIP pass? There's something special.
No, that's for the super target scanner for the super combos, I think.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you get extra super combos. Yeah. So he's into a multi-ball here. He's into the jam multi-ball. We're assuming he has a VIP pass, and he's just basically trying to make something happen. Yeah, he doesn't have enough shots to actually reactivate the ball save, unfortunately. And he's stressed right now. Ball 2 is a bad ball. Yeah. Maybe he didn't have enough Kellogg's this morning. Yeah. And of course, the headless man next to me is INK. You want to sit down, INK? Fire lanes, 3 So let's see here.
Fire lanes, 3 completions, light cannon.
Moof. I don't know your name. Fire lanes says 3 completions, light cannon. Song jackpot, nothing to do with VIP. Thank you so much. All right. So the fire lanes light the song jackpot.
Yeah. You didn't know that?
Yeah, but it's been a while since I played this. I mean, I never said I was a good commentator. I'm just free, you know. That's my best skill.
That's why Jam Multiball is so popular, because you light song jackpot just by lighting the multiball. You go ramp, in lane, ramp, in lane.
And Ed actually, for some reason, I think maybe by mistake, lit his double playfield, because he is not really... Well, he has a song jackpot of 3.1, which will be doubled, so 6.392. And now he needs to... he hits the bell for an additional 10 seconds on the double playfield and advancing towards the triple playfield. But I don't think he has a multi-ball in sight. So he's just making shots. Still almost $1 million for that shot. Yeah. 2. Now he's going for jam multi-ball. That's a bad drain.
Oh, but that's a good
nice save. Yeah, you saw that coming.
Out of his multiplier.
Yeah. So he wants to backhand the right ramp right now, both to complete that shot and to add value towards the jam multi-ball. Progress.
But I would go for the left ramp, then right ramp.
Like crisscrossing. Yeah. So move says, skill shot on rollovers gets 1 VIP. Super skill
2.
Yeah, gets 2. That's where it is. Thank you so much. It's all coming back to me now. Feels like I've been an alcoholic for many years, although I haven't. Let's see here. He is he's out. I think he's about 2 or 3 shots away from jam multi-ball. So it's doable. And he's in the lead with 32 versus 10.5.
But Finland is up 2 against 1 in games.
Oh, they are.
So
they can afford to lose more.
needs to win this, yes.
Yeah. So it seems like he's contemplating a little bit what to do here, but I think it's going to be jam all day.
One shot to go.
One shot for jam. All right, let's see here. Oh, that is, yeah, at least that's a ball
That is
save.
a ball save,
yeah. He knew that. He didn't flinch. I mean, but it's dangerous on that backhand because just a little bit off in timing and you're done for. So he's completing up the axel there, and by what you're saying, Move, that is because he wants this VIP pass. No. Yeah, he's not happy about that. So Ed walks away the winner and can plunge a victory, which is always nice. So Beatles, do you know anything about this?
Not much. It's a rare game, but
yeah.
You have a selection of modes above the flippers.
What is that? 5 modes?
5 modes. And the first mode is multi-ball, but you can't choose it from start unless you are on the last ball. Otherwise,
Okay, so it's random modes.
No, it's not random. You can pick them, but you have spinner modes, you have loop modes, you have bumper modes, you have target modes,
and if you're not in a target mode, for instance, and you hit a target, is that valuable at all?
I think
or?
if you do all target banks, you will get a multiplier, and if you're not in a mode, you will have to do fab 4 targets to relight the modes. You start them in the top loop.
And we see Patrick is stepping up. Patrick plays a lot in Lund Pinball Academy.
Yes, Swedish guy.
He's a very good player. I've lost to him many times, and the few times I've won, I've told him about that endlessly. See what he's doing here. So I don't know this game too well, but it appears he's definitely going for some loops, like the right orbit in particular. This looks like a very lively machine.
Yeah, you have that spinning disc like a Tron.
Like a whirlwind thing. Yeah, Tron whirlwind. Yep.
Whoa.
Yeah, that's not good.
And with an additional magnet too.
Oh, there's a magnet in the middle.
Yeah.
And there's a magnet up top as well, right?
Yeah,
you love magnets, right?
Yeah. Blade field magnets. Well, the top magnet is a
jackpot, right?
That's a good use for a magnet.
Yeah.
Because it stops the ball and puts it into play.
Nice.
And I don't know, but this is one of the machines that is very slidable.
We saw it move before. It was almost off camera. I mean, I thought he was going to bring it home. But it kind of fits the theme as being a sort of old machine.
And that would have been savable.
Yeah, I saw somebody earlier trying to, rock it out of the drain. What are the X's on the bracket sheet? Do you know, Ink? Somebody's asking. The X's on the bracket sheet.
Wins.
So that's wins?
Yeah.
Quite a few games, both players get an X. That sounds weird.
We are the first player, the best of 5 machines.
Yeah.
When you have 3 X's, you have 1.
Yeah, but according to what he says, it sounds like people are getting the X at the same.
Yeah, it looks like this.
Yeah.
And you have player 1 and player 2. Mm-hmm. I won 1, you won 1, I won 1, you won 1, and I won the third.
Oh, so okay. So basically, what Ink is saying, Mr. Wizcat, is that it's just a tally on how many games you've won. So it has nothing to do with an X here and an X here means that they both won. It's a draw. It's just you won 1, you won 1, and so on and so forth. I hope that clears it up. So let's see here. This guy, who's this? You know?
Ole Mikko from Finland.
Ole Mikko from Finland is playing versus Patrick from Sweden. So it's Finland versus Sweden in this game of Beatles. So he's already passed Patrick. I'm assuming that he just went for a different mode, but I don't know the game well enough to actually say that. But he's definitely, he seems to be going for the bumpers, which then feeds the drop targets, which seems like a good strategy. Let's see here if I'm right in my theory. So here's doing the double staging of the flipper to get the top flippers to actually go down while activating, while keeping. He has a ball on the left lower flipper, but since he's only pressing the button in halfway, the top left flipper is not activated. You can see right now, and then he lets it go down, so he has ample space to actually shoot, which is a skill well, a lot of people know how to do it, but very few people actually master it throughout an entire ball. But these guys are all top players, so they have absolutely no problem doing that. So he's trying to get up into the top playfield, I think, or feeding the top left flipper to hit those 4 targets. Seems like I'm guessing he's only missing the O, which he wants. Let's see what he's going for here. Alright, so he's hitting the spinner. Oh, and there goes his ball. He's out of multi-ball. Now, the question is, what is he going to do right here? Trying to learn this game as we go along, so if the viewers have any comments about that, please let me know. And I'm expecting somebody else to join me here in a few minutes, so you will have somebody else as well as me. So he likes the mystery. And let's see. He wants it over on the right flipper, assuming that he wants to go for the top playfield again. Very concentrated, very, very good focus here. Let it bounce over, catch it, nice. Oh, he's trying to go for the scoop on the left side because, well, it's blinking, it gives him a super jackpot. Oh my lovin'. Now he's, I don't know if that was a shot at the 4. So, gets stuck at the magnet up top, super pop bumpers. Now he definitely wants to be at the top playfield, I'm guessing, because bumpers in a game like this seems to be valuable. Nice. Catches on the magnet, drops down to the bumpers, and increases the level to level 2, which I'm assuming increases the pop bumpers in value. Again, more pop bumper level 3.
And you saw how Omo collected his mode.
Yes, the left scoop, yeah.
And Omo doesn't know the machine is quite movable.
Oh, okay, yeah, because he's not moving it. No.
He has been playing the other machines, which aren't movable.
Yeah. Nonetheless, 3 million is seems like a good score in this game.
So this would have been almost the first spot yesterday on play 2.
Oh, it would?
Yeah.
Wow, okay, so it really is like an old machine in terms of scores.
Yeah. So now he wants to hit the 2 mystery targets in the loop.
Oh, the mystery targets are on the right and left side of what makes out the semicircle up top.
They will write mystery, and then you will get another ball in this mode.
Okay.
That's 1. And ball save.
No, that's ball save, yeah. But and that might actually come back. Yes, it does. It does. Like a generous stern.
And now he would like to have some more switches.
Yeah.
You see.
But he doesn't want to cradle up. I mean, how would you characterize Patrick's play? Is he a flow player or a control player? Because I've seen him do both.
Maybe a mixture, yeah.
Yeah.
So this would be going for the jackpot.
Oh, he loses a ball.
And now he has to add a ball. No, it's out.
Oh, come on.
But now Patrick knows, because he spoke to the 2 speeds and who played last.
That he can move the game?
That he moved the game. But still, you have to have the timing correct. But
Patrick is pretty good at moving games, I mean.
But now he would like to collect the jackpot from the mode.
Yeah, from the left scoop, right?
Yeah.
Or so he has to get the drop targets down.
Yeah.
Can he also lift the right top left flipper and actually pop it in there?
But he still have to hit the target, which is below the girl.
So he has a bad angle for doing that. Yeah.
And this game is very hard to post transfer.
Yeah, I've noticed that people they are basically not tap passing. They're doing kind of shots up in the air and letting it bounce over.
And now he's full lit for the. Whoa!
Nice.
Oh no! He should have moved that machine.
He should have moved it. Yeah.
Should have moved it.
The way the flipper's handled down below reminds me of Comet. That way you can never get the ball to kind of stop quite right. You know, it's very.
So I think Patrick is out now, and
no, it was ball 3. I thought it was ball 2.
No, play 3.
So Patrick is out. That's unfortunate. He made it quite far though.
I missed this Grand Champion. No.
Oh, it was a song thing. Yeah. I don't think he got. Did he get?
He wrote Jacks.
He wrote Jacks. That's nice.
Jacks down there.
Nice.
So
that's a good game.
That was Omo playing.
You have another game? Oh, Jim, are you joining me?
I just need to go and find my daughter, but then I'll come back.
That sounds really good.
At the moment we don't.
All right, we don't have a game right now, which is good because Jim is joining us later.
I might bring Kate as well, because then we could get.
By all means.
I'm gonna go check how it's going with see if in the group that's where we're gonna be able to follow.
Sure, let's do that. Pat is usually Pat is definitely usually a control player, but I have seen him swap a lot between stuff depending on what he plays. But yeah, he's I've seen him play Adam's Family. That's pure control. He's definitely comfortable that way. So has the voice levels been good enough when we're 2 people, guys? Or do we need to change something? Because then please tell us. Is this yours? It was just on the table, so I don't know.
It looks broken.
Yeah, it looks. It probably is. How long before we change to another game, you think? 5 minutes? Yeah, it could be. Alright. There's nobody playing right now. Oh, excellent. That's good. So what the control booth is saying is that they're playing on the game next to the one we have the rig on, that's fantastic. Okay, what are you looking for?
I was looking for my dad.
Yeah, he just went out looking for you, and he went that way.
I just want some money.
Yeah, I asked him the same thing, and then he left. I don't know. No, he's looking for you because I think he wants to come back here and you can both. Yeah, definitely.
I'm really hungry.
But
so I'll go and find him, try and get some money off him, eat some food, and then we'll come straight back.
That sounds really good, Kate.
Great.
Alright, I will pop out as well and be back in 2 minutes. Seems like we won't have a game for the next 2 minutes, guys. So be right back, getting some coffee.
Ska vi visa Karen som jobbar med oss?
So at the moment we don't have any games to show because, yeah, we got a bit unlucky. So we're waiting for the round with someone from Ed's group and another group that's going to be followed all 3 games. So we'll have a little break.
registration desk. If you are
Alright,
playing.
did you unmute? Oh, hi guys. See, that's why you guys are here. We have equally important jobs. What I was saying, yeah, he's smoking right now. I'll wait until the speaker guy's done. Thank you, by the way. Nabula Rasa. Sorry about that. So,
Stefan Hensch, Johan Flügerer, Matthias Flügel.
So I'll try anyways. Basically, what I was saying before is we cannot do live updates because right now the system is they play, they get the scores, they deliver them, and then we are told. But the second we're told, you guys are also told. You can go onto the website address at the lower left corner of this picture, and you can see the same as we can. And right now there's a downtime because even though the guys here have 4 rigs, the game's random and sometimes it's just not on a machine that's rigged up, unfortunately. That's going to change soon, so we're going to be able to actually follow people.
Group 7,
they're calling our groups.
Richard Rothwell Jackson, Linus Persson, and Mika Arvela. Group 8, Wolfgang Heid, Fredrik Lundgren, Dennis Ritter, and Mika Netkele. Sorry if I butcher your names. Group 9, Mirko Lundin, David Keller, Jeff Giolis, and Therese Persson. Group 10, Group 9, we need a representative from Group 9.
That's done. Yeah, that's done.
And 7
right?
12.
So, oh wait, I thought I clicked. Oh, I clicked the wrong one.
We'll just continue and take the group after. Group 10, Antti Mattila.
That's right. I don't get the system.
Kirk Sadler,
How do I?
Christian Gustafsson, and Fredrik Öhm.
There's
Group
more
11,
over there, right? Or did it get
John
up?
Hansen, Sigurd Husum, Harry Löwe,
So this is where we are at
and
right now.
Øyvind
This is where
Lindberg.
we're moving to.
Group 12, Paul
They're playing,
Engler,
okay.
Jonas Koski, Volker Levien, and Thomas Jolin.
Okay. We'll have a look.
Group 13, Kjell Erik Husum, Bjørn Kinefeldt, Gabriela Mediesi, and Sam McCall. Group 14, Greg Mock, Laurent Gregoire, Stefan Hjalmarsson, and Daniele Valdan.
How many people are on stream right now?
Group 15, Johan Løv, Peter Håkansson, Niklas Jansson, and Thomas Kunstfeldt.
Oh, we have a player. Oh
Group
my god.
16, Hervé Pieux,
I will wait on commenting until the PA is done here. But at least we get to watch some play.
Group 17, I think we're missing a name here. SIR tag, and then Enrico Nicolo Di Stefano,
That's Greg.
Frank Nielsen,
This is Greg.
Nico Lundgren,
This is
and
Greg.
Florian Thomas.
Some guy.
Group 18,
Very good.
Henrik Hjalmarsson, Jukka Martinen, Andreas Löfven, and Timo Valtonen.
Alright,
Group
so
19, Charlie Eichenstecken,
enough with the groups,
Patrick
man.
Elbart, Ville Pikarinen, and Marco Nyby. And the final group, Linda Eriksson, Andreas Durvold, Atle Holden,
Nice save.
and Carl Ekberg.
Alright,
And
so
remember, we're playing 4, 2, 1, and 0 points.
alright, so it's
The rules on the website have been updated. You can just follow the score on the score sheets.
okay. So
If
4
the
2 1
player is missing,
0
please
match play.
just start their game, plunge the ball, and mark them a 0 if they don't show.
Alright, so they're saying that the rules now are 4-2-1-0 for the future match play. If the player is missing when it's his turn, they're plunging the ball. That's hardcore. But I guess that's pretty
Espen
good.
Andresen,
So, stop talking.
come to me
Oh my
to
God.
find the group.
Alright, so right now we're watching some guy. I actually don't know who the player is, but I know that the guy in the background is Greg from the US. They're playing Beatles. And what I was explaining before the mic worked, that we had a classic pinball moment. We had Ed playing on another machine off camera, and he walked away from his ball, only to have somebody yell, "Ball save!" And he had to run back to the machine and slap it in order to save it. So that just goes to show, even if you're a skilled player, you still make new mistakes, you know? So let's see here. Beatles is a difficult machine. I haven't played it myself. I don't know anything more than what I've been told about it, but it seems that you select the mode and you play it. Oh my god, like any other pinball machine. But the interesting thing about this machine is how old school it is. Old school points, it seems like it's impossible to post pass. Well, at least very hard. So it's like a new old machine, which apparently you can move a lot. And the question is if these two players know that the machine is actually, you know, movable. Because you can apparently get away with murder on this one. So Greg is showing great patience and great control, using all of the flippers, all of the length of it, not panicking. He's going for the top playfield, which means that he is in the bumper mode, which I don't remember what it's called, Beatlemania. And every time he gets points, it seems that he's increasing the level. We don't know if it was his opponent that yelled, actually. Do you know who yelled for the ball save? Was it Emil's opponent or just somebody? No, we don't know, but it was a friendly guy. And as there's a curse with me as a commentator. Whenever I look away, people drain. So I'm sorry about that, Greg. I will try to look the next time. But he put up 700. No, he put up 316. That's not a good score. That's comparing to what we've seen other players do. That's a low score. On the other hand, in qualifications, 1,000,000 would get you a long way. So we'll see. It's anybody's game still.
We are missing Björn Bielefeld.
Drive my car, and the ladder in the middle is spinning all the time. Reminiscent of the plate in Tron, the plate on Whirlwind, or one of the plates on Whirlwind. And the reason it's doing this is, of course, to create some chaos and randomness, making everything harder. It also has a magnet on the plate, but I haven't seen anybody utilize it yet, so I'm guessing it's for a mode. Let's see here, he's making loops, so Drive My Car seems to be a loop mode, because he extended his levels doing the loops. Oh, that was nice. He saw the way it was going. Yeah, and unfortunately he gave up. He could probably have fished that out of the outlane. Just disconnect that speaker? Probably. Or just move it over there. I mean, it's pretty close. I don't know. We're trying to see if we can move the speaker, because that speaker is that's a big speaker. Logic 72. I did the same last year in EPC Finland. Walked away and another player yelled. Well, I get what you're saying, Albert. Oh, not Albert. Sorry. I get what you're saying, Logic 72. It's I think it's if it's a ball save, if somebody yells, I feel it's comfortable to just play it, but it's a rule we all have to go by, you know. Stay there until it says bonus. That's all you gotta do. If it doesn't say bonus, there's something is stuck in the machine. Something is wrong. You might get a ball save, and Lord knows that some of these ball saves have their own minds. Watch out for the cable that's stretched. Yeah. So, yeah, we'll see. Maybe actually, can you try tilting? Can you try turning the speaker a little bit? Just doing this. Look at this. Just that way. So face it that way. Just a little bit. Yeah, I think that's gonna help a little bit. Let's see. We'll see. We'll see how this goes. So unknown players back. If somebody knows who this player is, by the way, please do tell us in the chat. He has a multi-ball going, and I have no idea what the objective is other than not drain. There's an arrow pointing jackpot. I wonder if it seems like he has to get it up to the top right orbit, top left orbit, and probably get it stuck on the magnet. I wonder if that was the mode we saw earlier. And in order to do so, he gets an add-a-ball. From where? I have absolutely no idea. But he gets an add-a-ball, and I wonder if this is one of those cases where he would have to stage the flippers, but now he's out of the multi-ball, so we will never ever know. The scoop is blinking, and this is, from what I understood, something where you have to shoot it with the bottom right flipper straight up to hit a target behind. He doesn't seem too pleased, the unknown player. Is the player Olivier Lure? I can't pronounce his last name. Olivier was the other player. Okay. Thank you guys. Thank you so much. And yeah, when you see players, if you feel like it, do throw out the names. That would help a lot. There's 400 players here, and I know maybe 25% of them, maybe 50, but there's a lot of players I don't know. So Greg is behind, down by 1.2 million. Last ball, from what I can tell. And he's definitely fighting for it. He still has ball save going. He's gonna get that back, I think. Yeah, he got it back. Last second too. He's cradling up. I think he wants to see. No, he's just going straight for it. He has some bumper action going, so it's just basically getting up there. I think he's gonna cradle the left and shoot the right with staging. Yeah, definitely. He stages the top left flipper. Drops it, sees if he can go all the way up. He kind of twitches it and loses it. But he seems to be in a good spot right now, actually, control-wise. Nice. Oh, he loses the ball. Now it's time to not panic, cradle up, and just rethink the whole situation. His 600,000 short bonus on this game is virtually nothing, so he will have to get as close as 1.75, I think, in order to actually comfortably let the bonus decide. But I don't think he wants to let the bonus decide. He wants to see 2 million on that display and do a mic drop and go home.
You want some company?
Yeah, sure, David. Come on, sit down.
Oh, nah, never mind.
It's an exciting match here. We're watching Greg against Olivier. And Greg is down about 600,000 on the last ball right now. He's fighting for it.
Which game?
Beatles.
No. Yeah.
We don't know which game this is.
Okay, so we don't know if it's
no.
Second.
Come on.
Yeah, I got it. Nice nudging.
Yeah, he kind of screwed himself there by lowering the flipper unintentionally, almost pushing it to the right out lane. Oh, 1.8. He has actually passed him.
He has passed him.
Nice. He just realized.
Yeah.
Very nice. Nice playing, Greg. Nice playing.
It's always good. I always get paranoid with this. Like, is it really ball 3? Am I really player 2?
Yeah, exactly.
It was a 5-ball game.
I had a great moment in the Belgian Pinball Open. Fluit, one of the Danish players, was playing a game, and he was so focused. He was just looking at it, and we could see that he had passed. So I went up to him with my phone and a flashlight on and the video. And I was just filming and going like, "What do you like about the turn?" And he was like, "Piss off!" Until he realized that he had actually passed him. That was so good. He could have murdered me.
I never say anything to my opponent ever because it was ball 2 or whatever.
Exactly.
But if I concede verbally and there's a witness, then even if the person hasn't passed, it's still a win.
Yeah. But yeah, that was a good comeback from Greg. Greg was behind all the time. Oh, we moved on now. So anybody know who this guy is? Or should I call him Led?
No. This is PB, Peter Berntsson from Gothenburg, Sweden.
All right. So Peter is playing Guardians of the Galaxy. It appears to be ball 1.
Yeah, so he started with Quill's Quest, which is a common strategy.
Would you start with that?
I would not, but it's a common strategy if you're not comfortable with the game.
Or if you're comfortable with it but don't know this particular
Yeah, exactly. You want to feel it out. Peter is a very good player. He is one of the rare players who actually regularly tap passes on modern machines. We'll see if we get to see some of that.
Does that?
Yep.
That is insane, actually, because it shouldn't be doable.
Yeah, we'll see if we see it.
Yeah, so a tap pass, for those that doesn't know, is that you hit the flipper button with such a light action that it doesn't extend the flipper arm fully, but only gives the ball a small nudge, making it jump to the other side. This is a skill that you used a lot on the older Bally Williams games, EM games, and so on.
Yeah, it's much easier on the older machines.
Because those were, these are still analog flippers today, right? Or are they actually push button? They must be analog.
I mean, there is a switch there, right? So,
but anyways, he drains out again when I'm looking away.
But that's a decent foundational score. But with the Quill's Quest, you can't build towards the other multi-balls.
But you can build towards Cherry, right? It is part of
I mean,
the
it is a
bomb.
mode, so if you complete it, so that is one of the modes towards the cherry bomb.
In that sense, it's kind of a good strategy if you get a good start as he did, and you get a mode going.
Yes.
It's not bad.
The only bad thing is that it's not a super high-scoring mode, and there are tons of shots.
So the other player is Hen according to the tree. Thank you, Easel. That's perfect.
Wait, what was it?
Hen. So he's saying if this is PB, the other player would be Hen according to the tree.
Oh yeah. This is Henrik Lagerkrantz, I believe, from Stockholm.
trying to find the tree.
So yeah, the other thing with you can see in the well, we can't see it right now. I'll point it to it when. Okay, so that ends the mode, but he's still alive.
But he started with Quill's Quest.
Yeah,
as
he
well.
started with Quill's Quest as well. He didn't have as much progress as Peter though. So now he wants to start the mode, or he can work on the multi-ball and then start a fresh mode. But he wants to start a mode.
He doesn't seem too comfortable on this game, but it could just be nerves right now. I mean, he's in what is this we're watching? This
top 16.
16, yeah. So either way, it's the tournament's going good right now. Who is tap passing? That was the other guy.
Nobody. He hasn't tap passed yet, but he tap passes regularly on modern machines.
Yeah,
so we'll see.
Yeah,
PB.
We're hoping to get to see it because that would be insane.
So the other negative thing about taking Quill's Quest as your first mode is that
That's strange.
Is that when you finish Quill's Quest, there is a hurry up as the last shot, and that is 10% based on 10% of your score in the scoop. And that shot can be doubled, it can be comboed, and so on. But if you do it as the first mode, I mean, Peter now, 10% of his score would only be 2.7 million. Whereas if he does it later, but you can also not complete it and save the completion for later.
Oh, you can do that. Nice.
Yeah, if it times out.
So Peter is back into what is that mode?
Yeah, it's Antiquities. It's Antiquities.
And what do you have to do in this mode? I mean, other than shoot the flashing shots?
It is switch-based, so you have 12 switches remaining for a shot, but you also get the shots.
Oh, he sees it coming. He actually gets a ball save.
So you get progress. You can see the progress in the top left corner next to the timer.
Oh, yeah.
So he has 3 shots progression. Yeah. And you can this mode you can progress.
Unfortunately. Still an okay score in this match right now. It's a good score.
With scores is low, but yeah, whoever brings in a multi-ball with a mode will get a lot more than this.
And actually, these two players are breaking the norm right now. Let's see. Never seen somebody. Well, the thing is, if he can do it, he can do it. I mean, that's apparently from what they're saying is something he can do.
Some machines you can't post pass, or it's a very difficult post pass. You can also use it to get control. It's used it almost like a live catch or a drop catch, but it's a tap pass on the fly. We'll see if we see some of it.
It makes sense if you could actually tap pass on all machines. You would always do that because it's one skill you have to hone versus many.
With certain games, it's not. Or it's incredibly extra difficult, but I've seen him tap pass on a ton of machines.
All right, so both of these players are doing something that I haven't seen before in this tournament, which is none of them are actively going for Groot as like their main bread and butter, because this is what everybody else is doing. They're beginning now.
Seems to, yeah.
Yeah, but early on we've seen people start off right off the bat just going Groot.
Yeah, I mean that's my strategy. I actually have one of these at home. And I have it set up savagely difficult.
Yeah, for Groot.
It's but for everything.
All right, right now he seems a little flustered, but he still has
ball save. So during multi-ball,
he's getting a lot of rejects here.
You want to work towards your add-a-ball if you're close, but he's not.
How would you get the add-a-ball here?
There's a stand-up target on the left that says Guardians of the Galaxy in front of it.
Wow, that was drain on drain on drain.
For each time you hit that stand-up target, this large stand-up target, you get a letter in Guardians of the Galaxy, and if you look at the top of the screen, you can see he has GUA there, so he needs RDIANS, blah blah blah. So he needs a lot of hits to that.
But as we said before, look, he's twice the score right now. There's just one multiple.
We're gonna follow in the quarterfinals Ed and Ostermeyer playing 3 games.
Ed and
Johannes Ostermeyer.
Oh, that's gonna be interesting.
Yeah.
So, all right, that sounds really good. So in the quarterfinals, we're gonna follow Ed and Ostermeyer for 3 games.
Yeah, and they will start
maybe
on Deadpool.
Depends on how it goes.
Oh, and they start on Deadpool and what else?
Robocop
is the second machine. Nice.
So
that sounds interesting.
Just waiting for
it's a really good matchup. So let me give you I'll give you a background on Ed once we get to the match, because I know Ed.
Det är inte Deadpool. Det är Deadpool.
I like Deadpool. I love that game.
Deadpool?
Yeah, it's
I like it. I think
it's just fun.
The multiplier sort of playfield multiplier skews the game a little bit too much, I think. But it is a fun game. I like the layout. I like the rules.
He's in a good groove now.
But he's in Escape Kiln, which
But he can't be too sad about that. I mean, it's a solid 100.
So each time you complete Guardians of the Galaxy, you also get 2x multiplier or 3x, etc. So bonus on this game could be huge. So Peter doesn't have too much progress. He has at least one ore block.
Plus, the important thing is he's behind.
Yeah,
he has some pressure on him.
Yeah,
that's all.
Good patience there. Okay, so now he goes for Groot.
Nice.
There you see
that
it.
was the tap pass.
There
Did you see that? That was brilliant on Guardians of the Galaxy. Can you clip that tap pass on Guardians of the Galaxy that just happened? We need that clip.
Yeah, that was. All right, so he has 2 shots from Groot multi-ball.
That was good. That was really good.
So unfortunately his mode times out there, and he was only 1 shot away. So.
But he did tap pass. That's
yeah,
the
he did tap
important
pass.
Let's see here.
Okay, he's trying to start a mode here.
Yeah, shaking a little bit. He knows that it's going to be wonky coming down.
He likes his Hadron Enforcer, so as soon as he starts a mode, he'll have 3 freebies from the lockdown bar button. Okay.
Oh, he's shaking a lot though. I mean, I wonder if that was necessary, but
he didn't get a danger, so.
No, true. If you don't get a danger, it's all fun and games.
Let's see.
Yeah, that would be so good.
There, oh yeah, he tried it there. You can actually do like a half post transfer, so it goes out onto the flipper, and then you flick it back into the.
I think that even he saw that tap passing of this is maybe not the time right now. You know.
Oh, he's struggling.
He's going for the scoop, right? But it's.
Oh, there we go. Okay, we'll see what he goes with here. Because Antiquities, it's good to finish modes, but it's also good to have a fresh mode going into multi-ball. So basically, any mode here would be good.
That's what he's going for. That's his only option right now.
Okay, so Quill's Quest is a good choice because
but
you have that hurry up. No, it doesn't because he's already played it. So this is not a multi-ball. Big move.
Sure.
He starts the multi-ball. He survives it.
He only got 1 danger.
So if he survives this, if he finishes Quill's Quest, he will have a 10% of his score hurry up. That is multipliable on the right scoop. He has 3 of the stand-up targets to light his Add-a-Ball in the scoop. Now he has Hadron Enforcer. We'll see if he uses them. We can't see if he uses the button.
No.
But yeah, so Hadron, Lazarus, but he had the ball save. But with the Hadron Enforcer, you get 3 presses, which give you 3 shots around the playfield.
And he's closing in on the 100 really fast.
Yeah,
75 right now.
If he can get another super jackpot.
Yeah, we put up a clip for the tap pass. Tap pass the monsters.
Guardians of the Galaxy.
That is brilliant.
Okay, so he saves it. That's good, and he gets the ball save. He'll only get 1 back there, I think.
But that was brilliant, though. That was brilliant.
He finished. Now he actually has the hurry up, or did he finish the hurry up too?
I don't know.
But he finished the mode, so if he doesn't tilt, the mode points are actually really good in bonus.
Do you think he knows this?
I don't know how comfortable he is on this particular machine.
He tap passed.
Well, he tap passes on modern machines.
He must know everything. 6.25 million.
Okay, so he only got the hurry up. Okay, so that was not a huge value, but he gets the 100 million. I think it's 15 million for the extra ball.
Pinball Nerds podcast. I'm 100% podcasting about that tap pass today. Yeah, you should. And don't forget the best save. So yeah, this is an interesting match because right now they're equal.
Okay, so
but
here
behind.
I would choose Antiquities because he's only 1 shot away.
Vad har man för tag?
OST tror jag. Jag tror han är OST. Ja, jag tror det, men jag vet inte.
Alright, let's see here. So he's 1 shot away, you say?
He chose a different mode. He chose a different. So this is a good mode in terms of having a really long timer. Okay, let's see if he uses the button. He has 3 presses.
Think this is?
Yeah, he uses the button.
Okay, so he has some game knowledge.
Yeah,
okay.
Definitely.
So he actually didn't just choose pod chase out of blind luck.
No, it's a good mode in terms of having a long timer, but it is a better mode during multi-ball, but then again, he is ramping out and doing really well.
And also,
so.
he knows that he has to secure the lead right now because he doesn't get a ball.
It's very important that he does not tilt at this point because he probably has a 2x multiplier.
Yeah, he knows this.
He has those mode points from Quill's Quest that he completed. So.
All right, come on.
Okay, so he's just ramping out.
Well, he has no problem.
If you shoot the ramps as a combo, you get double the points. So that's combo rules.
I don't think that's in his. He's just trying to make safe points right now. To be honest, I mean he's trying to make left ramp, but the right one really was.
He completed pod chase though.
Let's see that bonus.
Yeah, this is gonna be a good bonus. Yeah, huge bonus.
Wow,
huge bonus.
That was brilliant. That was.
Yeah, that was very
brilliant.
good.
Yeah, 186 million. That was fantastic. All right, so let's see what he does here. That's it's a long way right now.
I missed the mode, so he did escape. Oh, he continued to escape kiln.
Yeah.
So he has the one rocket shot, the cannon shot, and that's actually a tricky shot to get.
Wow,
if he can get the Hadron Enforcer, so from the triangle stand-ups, so there's 5 triangles, yellow triangles. If you light all 5, you get 3 of the button presses. So he could complete the mode using that.
Do you think that that's what he's thinking right now? Do you think he's actually thinking that far ahead, or do you think he's just? I mean, right now another group would do it.
Yeah.
And it might be safer.
Now he has double scoring. This is a timed double scoring.
That's not the right time to start it unless he has a plan here.
But then again, and as I said, it's very important to actually finish the modes because the bonus points are so huge. And you also get into a second stage of the mode, which with some of them it's super pops or super spinner or super ramps.
This is also one of the situations right now where he would have liked to have had Quill's Quest right now with double scoring and 2 balls at this point.
Yeah.
Because it could have helped him get a bit into the
But
groove.
Quills is a tough mode to get through because there's so many shots. It can be lucrative.
True, but if you're at the 3rd ball, you're stressing. It's nice to have 2. There's something.
It's slow points though. I think it's easier to go for another Groot.
All right, so.
But, I mean, I'm not playing. I'm commentating. So.
I think we're moving on